stickers off. Stays around, stays in our vote,
What up, people? What up? Y'all hear us? We not muted. We in here. We good.
We in here. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. What up, folks? Y'all have just joined us for episode 21 of the Heroes No Capes podcast. Glad y'all could be up in here.
Yeah.
All of the folks that's in here, thank y'all for rocking with us. We're gonna address the chat because without y'all, it wouldn't be a show. It'd just be two dudes just bitching about stuff on the internet. But before we get to y'all, I am the abomination known as AJ. What up? What up? Glad y'all here. And I'm joined by my co-host, Left Eye Ego. What up, bro? How you feeling?
I am doing great. Please forgive my voice if I sound robotic. I am actually in Chicago for a wedding, and the hotel room Wi-Fi is not the best. But yeah, otherwise everything's going great, man. I'm ready to go with episode 21. Let's do this.
All right, technical difficulties. They no strangers to us. That happens sometimes here and there. But hey, man, technology would do that to you. Um, but that's us. Y'all know us. Let's go to the chat. What the fuck? I just read a comment. We'll get to it. John A. Douglas. What up, bro? John, I gotta get in touch with you, bro. I know he wrote some books. I think you actually got some books out. But hey, plug your shit in the chat, bro. Let me know about that. I might can use your books as some research for my comic books and whatnot. But John
Hey.
says, "Hail to the No Capes crew, making his dreary Saturdays at work just a little bit brighter." Bro, why you putting all that goddamn pressure on us, man? Then we gotta bring it. Gotta bring it so my man, so them hours can go by at work. I know how they feel.
We love it.
Jay Casali says hello.
Good sir,
Well,
what's up?
well, hello there. What up, bro? Glad you in here. Release them at cracking. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Thank you,
Yeah,
good
man.
sir.
That
Thank
music.
you.
Yeah, man. Ego was like, hey, bro, like that's the track right there. Play that. Play that. I was like, all right, man. You want it. We had some chat about the whole exaggerated swagger and whatnot. But John, almost 500 subs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, bro. Almost 1,000 where that monetization come. But anything
Boom.
could happen between now and then. I'm just enjoying the ride. Also, check the channel out on Odyssey. That's synced, mirrored, or whatever. So everything that's here is over there as well. Um, so yeah, just alt tech, all that good stuff. Cause YouTube they be tripping. They be on some bullshit.
You know it.
Mike has bad knees up in here. Mike, now look, hold on. Was that your name? I've been wanting to ask you because I remember you was in like the G some streams, and I think that's when I first kind of heard about you, saw you. He says, "What up, though?" And so, like, is that your actual name, or was that a reference to like Mike, like Epic Mike, having bad? Because when I heard it, I was like, all those joke accounts that they be making up. So I was like, is that what he got going on? He says your podcast can drink now. Watch you
Bottoms
get
up.
500. Bro, we've been drinking the whole time. We've been here on these streams. I ain't got no drink right now, but I feel you though. We getting up there in age. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Dash attack says sub gentlemen, sub gentlemen.
What's good? What's good?
The world's youngest boomers with technology. Yeah, let me hurry up and address these comments. I got books wrote, but they not published yet. Got one going through Edison. Okay, I
Cool,
got you. I
cool.
got you.
We're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, bro. I was talking to somebody yesterday or the other day, and Ripper's. I think even before his comic came out, he was saying like this is the perfect time to be a creator. Because while these companies, which we about to go in depth, we about to talk about it, but while these companies bullshitting and they sales tanking, those sales can move over to us independent creators. I'm not gonna say us. I'm still trying to
Mm-hmm.
make some stuff happen. We got a lot of people. Ripper has spurred a lot of people to just get your ass together and hey, that shit you've been working on that you say you're gonna work on, make it happen, make it happen.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah, before it's a whole lot of competition coming through, and everybody just
Mm-hmm.
be like, "Fuck mainstream altogether." We can already be in there in the pool, talking about, "Hey, the water's fine. Get in where you fit in and whatnot." So yeah,
Parallel
man,
economies, guy. Parallel economy.
parallel. So John, keep at it. We gonna keep at it. Everybody else keep at it. Create shit. If I didn't decide to make this channel, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all right now. So make it happen. Decepticons Cave of Villains. The Decepticons was
Oh,
always
nice.
the cooler Autobots or Transformers, but he says congratulations, bro. Appreciate you, appreciate you. You motherfuckers keep talking to me. Leave me alone. Hey AJ, since I heard on Max Stream you weren't a fan of She-Hulk, question: do you prefer Edward Norton's? Yes, bro, hands
Ooh,
down. I couldn't even finish
yeah.
your statement. I didn't even want to speak that dude's name at the end. But yes, Edward Norton is my Hulk.
Definitive version, yeah.
Yeah, bro, the Eric Bana's Hulk. I remember being a kid going to see that with my dad, but that was him. And this is Edward Norton's Hulk. And yeah, I remember
Agree.
I was talking to my wife about it. It was me and my dad. We was watching Edward Norton's Hulk in theaters, and bro, like that abomination, that Hulk again, like Ego said, definitive. And
Yeah.
that part when the Hulk kicks Abomination's body over there to to General Ross, and I heard my dad under his breath, he said, "Get your shit." Like the Hulk was like, "Man, get this punk ass dude you sent out to me." But yeah, man, that's my Hulk, bro.
Yeah.
Um, have you seen Chuck Dixon's Hunter Ninja Bear book? I have not, but
Whoa.
I saw them talking about it on Ripper Stream, and I think I saw somebody else talking about what is it, EBS. Somebody I ended up buying EBS book, Ethan Gabe El Taib's book, and I'm looking to get some more. He has a whole universe he launched. I've enjoyed it so far. Independent comics creators are going independent to tell their stories. Exactly. That's what's happening. That's what needs to keep happening. Mainstream does not equal legit or valid or the end
Nope.
all be all.
No.
And a lot of those mainstream people actually started doing their own thing. And they got discovered. So that's another thing. Don't be so which who am I to speak? I don't know. I'm not
Hmm.
really in the industry or have created anything, but I do like the mentality of once you make something, don't allow these bigger guys to come and poach you.
Absorb you. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then you're working for them and making them
Yep.
all the money. It's like, you know what, on your own you might not make as much money as them, but at least the money that you make will be yours and you're free to
It's
do
100% yours. Yep.
whatever you want. All
Yep.
right, Mike. All right, Mike. He corrected me. Mike is
All right.
his name. So you got bad knees. All right, bro.
We need to send you some Bengay, bro.
uh Jacob Solid, that ain't what we talking about, but Tobey Maguire, yeah, he was cool or whatever. Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie, but
Yep.
Andrew Garfield is my
Best
favorite
Spider-Man. Yep.
Spider-Man. So yeah.
Best Peter Parker, I will say, was Tobey Maguire.
I still
But
say
that's
Andrew Garfield best Peter Parker, but
best
I'm an
Peter
ultimate
Park.
Spider-Man fan. So
Okay. That's where we delineate. But that's what I would say. Main continuity. Best Peter Parker was Tobey Maguire.
I got you. I got
I'll
you.
give
I'm
you
not
that.
gonna
Yeah.
argue
All
with you
right.
there.
That's fine. Okay.
It's crazy, but these older movies are way better versions than the shit we got now. But that's upsetting because the MCU started out, phase one, phase two. It was pretty great.
All right. All right. I'll probably have to. I might have to get another look. See. All right. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
all
ahead.
right, all right. But as far as topics, y'all, we got some Marvel talk. We got some DB Super talk. I don't know if y'all saw the movie Dragon Ball Superhero, but me and Ego went and saw that
Yeah.
a little while ago, I think last week. And
Last week.
yeah, I'm just gonna say it's pretty entertaining, but we'll go more in depth with that
Later. Yeah.
later. Um what we want to get into first, Ego, She-Hulk or just Marvel period. We got some
Uh.
weird race swapping going on, like
Yeah.
always.
Let's let's do She-Hulk, and that'll kind of bleed us into a little bit more of what Marvel's been doing, and we can get on the other
Okay.
topic as well.
Okay, okay. I hope you can remember what happened in episode 2. It wasn't much. Uh, but yeah, hey man, give me your thoughts on it.
All right, so I mean,
Also,
what?
you put out 2 videos on your channel
Yes,
about
yeah,
She-Hulk.
yes. So I did a two-part series on A Tale of Two She-Hulks. I actually had to bring in my guys Justin Ice because he remembers a little bit more about the animated and comic book version of She-Hulk, and I wound up contrasting that with my guy, the Stuntman, who actually watched the very first episode. I call him Stuntman because, like a stuntman, I'm an actor in all this, and I really enjoy my craft. But there are some things that not even I will do, and I had to have the stuntman come in and take those bumps for me for that first episode. But yeah, that's up on my channel, Left Eye Ego. You guys check it out. But I actually wound up, against my better judgment, watching episode 2 so I could get a recap of how things are progressing because I know that there were some people that had hope that a second episode would be better. It was not. Uh, from my understanding, that this thing only goes 9 episodes, yet the second episode was a complete filler. I mean, can you remember anything really of consequence that happened in the second episode outside of her getting the job? Uh, can you?
No, bro. We talked about Abomination breaking out, but
Yeah, I
that was
mean,
at the very end.
end, right. I mean,
The
I mean,
very end.
I will say this. There was one thing that I actually did like, and that was how her family kind of treated her once they found out she was the Hulk. And not even at the dinner table, so much as when they were saying, oh well, my sister, my wife's a stylist, we can get your hair looking right like She-Hulk, or having her do chores around the house. Now she's superhero, like, hey, can you take in the water? Can you fix the TV? Because that gave me kind of the vibe that they had in Meteor Man.
That was the
That
after credit scene.
Yeah, pretty much the after credit scene. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that was good from was that was I was like, all right, that's actually pretty good. Was the after credit scene because nothing else really kind of worked for me. I understand they were saying, hey, my wife's a stylist. She can get your hair looking like She-Hulk. That was pretty funny because everyone that has a family member wants to get in on the business when you're a superhero. Okay, cool, but nothing else really made sense to me. She when she first hulked out in the courtroom against Titania, which her presence doesn't even make sense once you find out she's just an influencer there for traffic court. That doesn't make sense with her even being there. I thought she was trying to personally attack She-Hulk. She didn't even know who she was. That's neither here nor there. But when she hulked out, her clothes rip. But when she gets the job and goes to the firm and he's like, hey, I need you to be in She-Hulk form, she automatically hulks out again and the clothes still fit. But yet when she goes into her room with her friend, the paralegal, she's like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to afford a new wardrobe for my She-Hulk form, yet the clothes she's wearing fits. Like you go from 5'2" to 6'8", you go from about 130 to, I'm guessing, 220, 230, and the clothes still fit. A pantsuit still fits with dimensions that different. It, I've always go ahead.
Well, damn, bro, you hear me breathing? Shit, maybe you the werewolf here. But I would say for that, we would have to pay real, like, actual attention to like the size of her clothes. Like, do they look bigger on her this time than what they did in the previous episode? Which is some attention to detail that I'm not trying to really do. If we're not talking about actual superhero details or like continuity type shit, yeah, bro, that's some stuff that I shouldn't have to do the extra work to figure out. Uh,
But that's why I had to have the stuntman watch the first episode because I would have had a stroke watching the first episode and seeing the inconsistencies. Like I damn near got a migraine watching the second episode and saying the clothes still fit, but yet you need a
yeah,
new wardrobe.
as well as the I guess how she like got drunk because in the first episode she was saying how well the Hulk was saying how the only fucking upside of being a Hulk is they can drink a lot and not get a hangover and not really get drunk.
Right.
But then in this episode she's drinking
Yep.
as She-Hulk and she
Hmm.
hulks down or de-hulks and she's
Right.
immediately drunk.
Right.
So
It does make sense.
yeah, I don't. Again, it's just weird. It's some attention to detail that I really don't want to have to do,
See?
but that'll just be like inconsistencies on their part. I will say that I paid attention to the we said in the first episode. Okay, I'm gonna say this: Marvel, Disney, Marvel, they don't really care about black folks. This representation
Fair.
bullshit is really that's just them to score virtue signaling points. And in the first episode, the black guy was defending her opposition in the courtroom, so he was
Mm-hmm.
defending a villain or a bad
Right.
guy. And
Yeah.
then you had the black dude who was leading the pack of catcallers or the men trying to get at her outside the club. Now
Right.
in this episode, you got the black dude that's saying, she like a she chick or hawk chick or some shit he said.
Right.
And the dude interviewing was like, she Hulk? And he was like chick Hulk or something. And then yeah, the guy interviewing, the white guy was like, yeah, she Hulk. So I'm like, bro, are you trying to really just show like black people just being incompetent or innately evil or something? Now I know what we see on the news. Shit's
About
terrible.
AJ, don't you know that black straight men are the white supremacists of our ethnicity? Weren't you? Do you didn't know that? Have you not been reading and paying attention to the news lately?
That's
We
what
we
I
are,
hear.
yeah, we're the black white supremacists. We're the leaders of the new movement.
Bro, that's what I hear, but what does that mean? Because then once you want to depict a person a certain way, then it's like once you put them next to somebody else that you claim is
Hmm.
that, again, this whole oppression or oppressor Olympics is that we getting
Yes,
into.
the Olympics of suffering.
Yeah, and
Y-
so it just seems like a lot of that is happening. Um, that's
I'm,
weird, and that's weird.
well, I guess the weird thing for me is like it's two dudes interviewing. I would have thought that they would have had a guy interviewing another woman, and she'd have been like, like a She-Hulk. Oh, She-Hulk? Yeah, like a guy wouldn't be like a She-Hulk. No dude would say that. We'd be like Chick Hulk. It was Hulk like a Chick Hulk? Yeah, all right, Chick Hulk. Like if
I
he was
wouldn't say that
interviewing,
shit.
what would you say?
She-Hulk or that, bro. I'm a creator. I'm imaginative, so I
That's what
think
I'm
of
saying.
something
You're
else.
creative. I'm saying like, if it's any other dude on the street and it was two dudes interviewing each other, be like, oh, it was a Hulk, but it was a chick, like a Chick Hulk. Yeah, because we're simple. I would say outside of the creative space, most dudes are simple. So we'd be like Chick Hulk, yeah, Chick Hulk, and
Yeah,
or
but chick is also a word that's kind of like everybody don't use that. Like we didn't use chick in Memphis or I can't speak for all Tennessee, but it's not even a word that's really in my vocabulary.
what did y'all use for women?
Uh, female.
Okay,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
The people I knew would say female, but I also just say that because of animalistic type shit. Just male,
I see.
female.
I see. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess it's gonna be different in regional too, because when I was in Philly, we just called everything a John, like Jawn. It was like, yo, that's a John over there. That's a John over there. Like
Take it
we, it
back.
could be
Take it back. We say junt. You say John. We did say
joint. Yeah,
junt.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
junt over there. Hey,
And joint
that
over there.
junt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
So you
junt,
see what I'm saying?
but junt could be anything. That was just a
Anything
noun.
exactly. John was the same way. It was strictly regional. Yeah, but it could be anything. So I mean, or maybe you say like Lady Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At best.
I could see She-Hulk. I could see Lady Hulk. Uh, Girl Hulk. Hulk. I don't know, bro. Chick Hulk was weird, and I just felt
Okay.
like they was intentionally making it
Okay, making it
disrespectful.
expectable. Okay. Well, I guess the other thing for me is the fact that the men that they showed were either outside of her boss, they made all the dudes that could have been on her level either assholes or incompetent. Like the one guy that was still talking down to her, like, oh, nepotism, I knew it. I mean, I
Right.
guess maybe if you want to say that, okay, maybe. But then you brought in the other guy that brought her the welcome gift basket. It's like, okay, that's a
Yep.
nice gesture, but then he's like, you make him seem like a complete doofus, like, oh, here's a map to the best place to take a poop. You're like, why can't you make the guys that are at this big firm actually be competent and nice?
Hold on. Somebody said that best place to
Yeah.
take a poop.
Yes. When she gets the job, after her boss leaves her with the paralegal friend, this guy comes in with a welcome basket. He's pretty nice. You're like, okay, maybe he's just the nice guy that works at the firm because you just show me jerks. Maybe he's different. It's like, oh, hey, it's got everything you're gonna need, like staples and da 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 da. It's like, oh, as well as a map to the best bathrooms for pooping. And
Oh,
you're like,
okay.
whoa, like come on. And everyone's like, okay. So yeah, it's really inconsistent how they're trying to treat the guys. Her boss is the only one that seems competent and lays down the law. Everything is sexist until it
Right.
turns to this man that's offering you a job and you accept without asking. He brings you in the next day. He makes you turn to the female Hulk. You say you're not comfortable with it, but yet you took the job to begin with without asking the perks. You only perk was I want my other girlfriend to be with me because I can't go anywhere and start anything else by myself. I don't have a true pioneering spirit. Everything
I
about me has been given to me because someone gives her the job. You get
right.
what I
I
mean?
I do I do like the new boss dude because he was like, I don't give a fuck who you bring up. Like,
Right. I don't really care, but this is who you're defending. Yeah, I liked him because you deal with bosses like that. Like, hey, I
yeah.
want you to do this. Okay. And the when he said you're representing the abomination, wait, what? Hey, we're representing him. This is who you're doing. This is who you're dealing with. It's like, well, hey, he tried to kill my cousin. I don't care. He signed a non-conflict waiver. That at that moment, anybody else would say, "Give me 1 second. I need to call my cousin to make sure he's cool with this."
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You said okay. You went to go visit Abomination. You heard what he had to say, and then right before you called your boss to tell you you took the job, then you called him.
Well, he said, check him out. She said, at least he said the boss at least talk to him before you make your decision.
Right, and I understand that, but before you did anything about that, because it could get out that you went to go see this person that tried to kill you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Well, hey, I was like, hey, look, before I even do that, let me just check with my cousin. I need to make sure that he's going to be okay with this before I decide to take him on as a client and work for you.
Hmm.
That's the problem that I have. If you're saying you made this big thing about, oh well, hey, I know that you said you're okay with this, and I want to make sure. And even he was like, well, you took the job, so why were you? You know, what I'm saying, what was the point of calling? If in your mind you'd already made the decision to go see this person try to kill your cousin without calling the potential victim first.
Hmm.
Do you get what I mean?
Well, going off of that, when she actually has the comment, well, okay, before she talks to Hulk, she talks to Abomination, and uh, look, I hate what they doing to the Abomination. I hope
Hmm.
that this is just some villainous plot of his, and uh it's the writing will still fail. I believe, I'm sure, just because of the what we're seeing so far, the track record.
Right.
But if it would make to turn the Abomination to like this complete cook, complete soy boy,
Yeah.
would be like the ultimate disrespect. If they're
Yes.
going to at least make him some type of villainous mastermind type character, or trying to be, or you know what I'm saying, like trying to use this
Hmm.
opportunity to break out, I will give them props for that. But then again, it's like that should be expected. That should be happening. Like, I shouldn't be saying, well, at least you didn't fuck him over as bad as you could. You like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm tired of settling for what they're giving us when,
Right.
like you were saying with your interview that you was doing with your homie, like we've seen better depictions of these characters in fucking children's cartoons.
Right. And
So these
that's
adult
yeah.
ass writers giving me this lackluster depictions of these characters, like, I don't want it. I don't need it. You didn't fuck up as bad as you could have. Oh well.
But you still did, and that makes it
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
You have ample resources. You work for Disney. You should be able to at least you can look in and see how even in the animated series, pick up a comic book. The weird thing was that when characters were first being I guess named in the MCU in Phase One, they would actually show the character reading the comic about them. Whether or not it was a photo op didn't matter. At least like, hey, I'm reading the source material.
Hmm.
No one would looks like they were reading any kind of source material with this, and that's kind of what bothers me because you were trying to write a courtroom drama. You figured out you couldn't do that, and they were like, okay, let's just make it like Ally McBeal in Sex in the City. You know what I mean? I'm complaining about everything, but everything's technically been given to me too.
Right.
So what is your real struggle? Which is what we did talk about in the while we were doing the interview, was that what is her real struggle? If nothing else, it kind of highlights what the Hulk has to go through, if nothing else. But they put him off world. I don't know if you saw it, but he's in the Sakarian. The Sakarian messenger ship found him.
Man, I saw that, and look, it's too late for them to try to do a World War Hulk, Planet Hulk story. Like, I don't care that they're trying to go back and fix things, because our only interaction with Sakaar was that. was seeing Hulk go to that planet. I'm talking about in the comic, was Hulk
Right.
going to that planet and establishing this kingdom, so to speak.
Right.
And to see them go to Sakaar just to have some fun and a little gladiator, a little battle or whatever, and then the
Right.
actual story was hella,
Whew.
uh,
Yeah.
and which hella was great, but that's
Oh yeah.
another weird ass adaptation, from comic accurate, hella is we've already been there and had fun on that world. I don't want to go back there because the actual that Planet Hulk story was, I'm not gonna say depressing, but the tone, it was very serious.
Very. It was very what's we're looking grounded. Very grounded.
And
For it being a Hulk centric thing where his power is
yeah,
almost limitless depending on his anger, it was very grounded in that.
right. And then you see his actual struggles being addressed of the people who I thought were my friends were the same dudes who tricked me to come
Yeah.
out here and send me off to this planet,
Right.
without my consent, since
Right.
we using buzzwords and terms, you know what I'm saying? So they
Yeah.
did that, and to see him be like, okay, fuck everybody.
Right.
I don't care to trust anybody because the ones I did trust fucked me over.
Right.
And he was a gladiator. He was purely just being a gladiator just to get out of that shit and go on about his business. But then he
Right.
started to develop friendships, which then those people became his loyal subjects. His
Well, I mean, not only that, it's just they wouldn't let him be left alone, which is what a friend does. You know what I
right,
mean? And they
right.
say
Even
he's
when
like,
he
"Leave
was
me alone."
yelling, yeah. Even when he was like telling them, like, bro, stay the fuck away from us.
Right.
And then you had a whole mystical, fantastical aspect as well with the
Sur-
prophecy that this dude would
Circus. Yeah.
bring, yeah, the Sakarson
That's the
who will
Carson.
bring,
Yeah.
yeah, who will bring that what's that like?
The World Uniter and the World Breaker.
Oh, right. And then they
Yeah.
was kind of confused or on who those were,
Right.
which is again, that's like quote unquote politics that comics will address that hint
Yeah.
at real world things. Like Obama, I
Yeah.
just tweeted about how I was like, y'all remember when people thought this dude was like the second coming of
Yep.
Jesus or some shit.
Yep.
So I'm like, the Red King who was there at the time, if you were not enslaved, you thought he was the dude of prophecy and was
Right.
bringing the world bringer or yeah, whatever that
World
title
Breaker.
was.
Yeah.
But the ones who were enslaved and in poverty was like, fuck no, we still waiting on
Right.
that holy person to come, that prophesized one.
Yeah.
So that's a way of comics hitting on real world stuff but making it in a way that fits within that
It's
story.
and it's understandable too. Because I mean,
Right.
the great thing about prophecies when they're done well is the fact that it can relate to almost anyone at any point in time.
Yeah.
And so they were saying, and I like that throughout the comic they were actually doing some of the prophetic words while they were showing him do the thing that was prophesied.
Yeah, like when
And
his
that was
blood hit the ground and like
yes,
plants coming up, it's like,
yes,
wow.
right. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I actually just read World War was it no Planet Hulk a few days ago, and so now I understand why Abomination AJ is so upset seeing any other iteration of the Hulk that isn't that, and why Edward Norton was the closest that you came to scratching the surface of that.
Yes, it would
You
have
know what I
made
mean?
sense to
You
have that
did
Hulk transition into this Planet Hulk
right,
that we're seeing.
right, and I guess the thing for me is the fact that for this version of the Hulk, or at least for Edward Norton's, he was like, if I don't know how to control this, I really can't be in society at large. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I need to find a calm and peaceful place where I can blend in while I figure this out. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
well, once that like, I can't figure it out. These incidents keep happening, and I have to be sent off world. Okay, that's fine, but at least I'll be left alone. I'm upset that you guys did this to me, and now I found a place where I can kind of be the Hulk. Bruce Banner's pretty much given up on it. I don't know how you would get Edward Norton's character to be that nihilistic about being the Hulk, but I know that Edward Norton's a great character and he could bring that out. You know what I mean?
And we going off kind of now. I guess we not because we addressing what happened in the show with him going off on the ship.
Yeah,
So but I'm gonna take it back to Edward Norton and his portrayal.
yeah,
Um But okay, so right now the Hulk. So to see that Hulk just like nonchalant, with his
yeah,
feet up, glasses
yeah,
on, he
Yeah.
picking up the little phone so daintily and was like, I gotta go to Sakar and I gotta address some stuff. Like Mark Ruffalo trying to put on this like surfer dude, like fucking voice or some shit.
Yeah. Well,
It's weird, but you see that Hulk. So with the Planet Hulk storyline, and it is spoiling, but go read it. And he
everything.
had
You
a
really got to
son.
read it.
Yeah, that Hulk didn't even know he had a son. And
Yeah.
that is his son's issue because the son is growing up in this war torn world. And he's like, damn, I have a father. Like, I understand my mom died, but my father is alive and well, and he left me here in this shit. So that's how
Yeah.
you see his son's personal issues with his father. That shit's not going to be seen to that scope, to that degree, that tone. This dick is going to go and be like, yeah, so you're my kid, that's what's up.
He's gonna sound like a deadbeat. He's gonna sound like a deadbeat dad, and that's gonna make it worse.
So what do you do here on Sakar? And I'm like, bro, that's not that's no shit that I'm
No,
trying
well, I
to
mean,
see.
well, it's not even that. It's just the fact they're gonna make him sound like a deadbeat dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If nothing else, because if his mom lives, that's going to make it sound like he's a deadbeat dad. But you never address that he was with any women while he was on World War Hulk, or he was in. I guess that's what should we call it? That's Thor's movie. I guess that's Ragnarok. So
yeah,
it's going to be completely confusing. Was he a slave gladiator that had access to women, and so is his son the son of a whore? Uh, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It makes now he's a bastard. On top of having a deadbeat dad, he's a bastard child
yeah,
and a literal son of a bitch.
yeah.
It's like it's degrading on every end of this. I don't know who would want to watch this version of it, knowing that he's on his planet, he's on back on the planet's car to take care of some stuff. On top of the fact that you just mentioned it with the phone, if you're that damn big, an iPad should be your phone.
Yep,
A
yep.
laptop that folds backwards should be your phone. Relative to your size and your hand strength, you need to have something that's relatively the size of what a cell phone would be to someone that's normal.
And with the Sakar stuff, like, yeah, you saying he's a bastard child now. If they're going to go that route, this son was the son of a queen. It was the Hulk's queen. Like I said, he had an
Yeah,
established
yeah.
kingdom.
In Kingdom,
Um,
right?
so you or contrast that with the Hulk that was in Ragnarok. Big tantrum throwing baby, like Hulk. What do you say? Like Hulk fire, Thor like water. It's like that dumb shit,
Yeah,
bro. So you mean to
yeah.
tell me, come on, bro, he wasn't up there fucking nobody. Like this
Right.
dude should not have a
That
kid.
right. That yes.
But
That's yeah. Go
and
ahead.
you was talking about like Edward Norton being able to play that role. I don't think there would be an issue with that. Again, his Hulk turning into that Planet Hulk, but great actors. Is this dude named Tim
Yeah.
Roth? Whoever this dude is
Tim
that
Roth.
plays
Yes.
Emil
Yes.
Blonsky.
Yes.
Again, contrast
He's a
that
great
dude
actor.
with what we saw in the 2008 Hulk. That
True.
badass decorated
True.
warrior, and
True.
now like he even got this soft ass voice on. So I'm
Yeah,
like, are
and the
you
accent's a little bit deeper too. It's weird.
like did they tell him to do that? Because I recall listening to the writer Jennifer Jessica, whatever her name is, Gal,
Gal.
I think
Jessica Gal.
Jessica.
Yeah.
And she was saying like the actors would be like, are you sure? Like I can have fun, like I can be this lighthearted. And she like, yeah,
Right.
fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Have fun with it. So
Right.
like, is that his version of having fun with it, or did he really get um instruction to be that? You get what I'm saying?
I would say this when he used to have his own show on Fox called Lie to Me, and he usually can play a pretty intense and direct and in your face character. That's
Mm-hmm.
usually his thing. I've never seen him this lighthearted, I guess if that's what you could call this.
Yeah.
But if you've watched his earlier work, he's supposed to be in your face to get a rise at you out of you because he's that smart. He's
Mm-hmm.
always been a cerebral character. The fact that he could kick ass in Hulk was a bonus, but generally he's very cerebral. So it's a wasted opportunity to me to make it sound like he's trying to have fun with it because his character isn't fun. It doesn't make sense that you try to make it sound like he's all this namaste and then is in a fight club. Like it's the acting is inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? He chooses not to be Abomination, so he has control over, being Abomination, but he chose to break out and then go to a fight club. But he has, yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
But so okay, so that happened. So this story takes place before Shang-Chi or some shit. I don't know. I didn't watch Shang-Chi. I remember Abomination coming back, and I was like, oh, okay. So they do acknowledge that he's still alive and here. But to like when Jen first walks in there and he's
Yeah,
like namaste or some weird
yeah,
shit he says, it's like if this was actual compelling writing and acting, he would have been, I guess, like not snarky, but like you can't really tell what he's got up his sleeve. He's saying the right
right,
things, but he should
right.
be looking at Jen in
There's a
certain
look in the
ways.
eye. Yeah,
Right, right. Where she's just like, damn, bro, like I really don't know. And then I would
right.
see it's like she kind of knows, okay, I'm going to take the job. Cause she says, I believe him. He has some good points. So it's like, okay, you're a lawyer, but you let this motherfucker just get over you or out lawyer you
Right.
in before we even get into the courtroom. So then she's like, okay, Bruce, I really want to take this case. How you feel about it? He's like, I'm a legit different person this time, like acknowledging the changing of the actor. But it's like, why doesn't, again, that conflict that we would see from Jennifer Walters as a lawyer, the actual compelling writing where
Well,
she's like
the competence.
competence, right, where she's
There's
like
no,
there's
it's
something
lacking.
about him, Bruce, that makes me hesitant, but if I
Right,
can get close enough to him, if she actually
right,
cared or wanted to be a fucking superhero like Jennifer Walters did,
right.
then she'd be like, I can at least make sure that I'm close enough to relay the right information to you, to the Avengers, to whoever needs to know, because there's something off about this.
This guy, right? Well, so I mean, I don't mean to keep sounding like I'm going off not on tangents or things that are unrelated, but if you want to see someone that's involved in the courtroom that's actually competent at their job, if you've ever watched Evil on CBS, um, they actually have a character that's a psychologist and she interviews prison inmates. And so sometimes she has to determine if they're possessed by the devil, crazy, or faking crazy. And so she'll try to give them this 100-question quiz, but the way she does it is to try to trigger a response out of the inmates. And it's
Right.
really compelling. But I contrast that with someone that knows what they're doing that the Catholic Church had to bring in as an assessor of sorts because she's good at her job with Jennifer Walters. Well, technically, you're telling me based on your incompetence and inability to read the room, inability to ask leading or leaning questions, or using psychology to figure out if this guy's sane or not, or whether he's truthful. I mean, because there are books on body language, there are books on the psychology of the mind. You didn't use any of that. You came in there almost emotional because every question you
Yep.
asked was based on your cousin. And so you're asking these questions, and you could have been like, well, I need you to tell me about Africa, 2007, or I need to know what happened in Cambodia, 2019. You have a track record of these violent incidents before Harlem even happened.
Mm,
Why should I even represent you? And
exactly.
then there's the push
Ooh.
and pull of she makes a joke about um, Silence of the Lambs. Like, is he gonna have you fava beans and a nice Chianti? And the guy was like, "Hey, shut up. This is a prison. Act like
Hmm.
it." I get that you're nervous about seeing this man, but there's you instead of using apprehension, showing it in the shoulders hunched or, not looking completely confident in the situation, which I wouldn't be either. You had to de-hulk and depower to go into this. You only got one person that's taking you through this maximum security prison, and you're telling me how dangerous he is. But instead of showing apprehension and just nodding your head and being like, okay, because that can be a fear or lack of confidence reaction, you try to go off with snark. And the guy's like, hey, snap out of it. Let's go in here. There's based on the incompetence, it sounds like you were hired because you're She Hulk. You're,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's like, so I was talking to I was talking to Justin Ice about it. Whenever I would fill out job applications, should I even tell them that I'm black? Do you know what I mean? Like they have the,
Hmm.
white, black, Native American, other, or prefer not to answer. I'm like, should I just say I prefer not to answer? And the thing is, Justin Ice was like, I mean, why don't you just put it? I mean, if they're trying to meet their quota, fine, that's cool, doesn't matter. If they think that's why they're hiring you, they're actually going to get someone that it's competent at their job, that knows what they're doing, that has a serious, great track record, that happens to be black. Get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need to know how to play the game, but you need to say, hey, you're not also just getting me as a what you think is a check mark. You're also going to get someone that's highly competent at their job, so that you're going to wind up looking beyond just what I look like. You
And
know what I mean?
the further incompetent, she can't follow simple instructions because they tell her don't pass the yellow line, don't touch the glass, and she
Right.
fucking does that.
Does both of those. Right. And so,
So it would have been on her ass if he would have put a abomination hand through that glass and grabbed the damn head, and
right.
then she
It'd
would
be
have
a
had
wrap.
to Hulk out.
Right. So, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, hey, you could have shown me. You didn't have to fast track him saying, uh, go see him. They could have done a kind of like a flash forward where he's talking to her and she's looking up information about him online through their protected server. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
hey, here's the information, but at least while you do this, I need you to check him out. And then you could have her boss saying, hey, he's been in there for X amount of years, and she's looking up all the information, all the destruction, all of his past deployments when he's being on loan from the U.S. government. Give us the backstory and the research that you tell me she's supposed to be competent at doing as an attorney. Do you know what I
Now if
mean?
we would have had an actual She-Hulk here, she could have also been using a sex appeal
Right,
in there to help throw him off of his game, to have him like
right,
speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like him telling some shit or admitting to some shit that he didn't want to, that he didn't
right,
plan to.
right. If you got a golden lasso, use it. Because either way, if whatever you get that's gonna make it take the truth, use it. And so that's for me. I guess the other problem I would have had also was the fact that everyone was cheering her as She Hulk, and she's apprehensive about going in there as Jen Walters, right?
Hmm.
If you tell me you morph into She Hulk because that's what gives her more confidence, you would be coming out like, yo, I'm here. You'd be the party starter. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? If you're telling me that's where you gain your confidence, that's the one thing where your confidence shines through. Everyone has that one thing where if they're hyping it up and it's your thing, you're excited and it really shows. There's an excitement about what you're doing, there's an energy, there's a swagger to it, there's a confidence to it, and it's infectious. Where is that with She Hulk? Outside
And
of getting valid.
all your internet fucked up or your sound or
I know.
whatnot.
My bad. I was going to say that for that, it actually makes it sound like what's the difference between She-Hulk and Jenna Walters? If her confidence
Right.
stays the same as She-Hulk, her clothes don't change to show that she's any stronger. She hasn't really tried anything as a lawyer. She sounds slightly incompetent because she doesn't follow instructions. She doesn't do any research, and she does things before she thinks about them. All the things you're trying to tell me that women don't do or aren't supposed to do or are mad that men say they do, she does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Like, there's the rub is that they're telling you that you're a strong and independent woman, yet everything a man had to give you. The only thing that technically should have been quote unquote given was the blood transfusion that Bruce had to give you. And that's life
Right.
threatening your blood relatives. And that's more of a familial obligation than blood just getting on you and me having to
Mm-hmm.
apologize about that. And even then, the Hulk doesn't really show any remorse or the fact that he's having to deal with it. Everyone just seems like they're going with the flow. There is no emotional anchor that says, "Man, this kind of sucks," or "Yo, I am so sorry. I need to tell you. I need to show and tell you everything that I've learned in 15 years, so that you don't wind up like me."
Mm-hmm.
And instead, you turn around and spit in his face for help. There isn't anything of confidence consequence happening. There's nothing that he can show you that somehow you haven't already gone through. And so it's just like, well, why am given all of that and given what I know, what I've seen the character to be, why am I watching this show? Why should I
Right.
be interested? And I gained all that in watching a 30-minute filler episode. So why am I watching this? And the thing that makes me so upset is the fact that it has all the makings of something that could have been a great show. You could have slowly introduced every ground level Marvel character that could potentially spin off their own show through She-Hulk. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So, and the fact that you don't have that, you're not using that to your advantage is a bummer. The fact that this could have had way better writing, better executed plots, longer episodes. The fact that you only gave it 9 episodes means not even you really cared about this, or you didn't see this going far. You know what I mean? Like let's stuff as many characters as we can into 9 episodes and move on because we don't have any faith in this long term.
If we would have actually gotten the She-Hulk, we should have gotten actual Jen Walters. The
Attorney at law.
issue, the issues that she going through right now wouldn't be issues for fucking actual
I got you.
She-Hulk. Yeah, man, that's the weird part. Like I said, like the strength. Uh, like I heard somebody say like she's spending more time thinking about turning into She-Hulk than the actual fight with
Doing it.
Titania in the
Right.
right in the first episode. And it's
Right.
like actual Jen, she would have been complaining about them clothes, but she
Right.
has
Like you
something
messed up my clothes.
underneath, like, or
Right.
she'll have something under to where, okay, let me take this outfit off
Right.
because I don't want to
Right.
mess this up.
Well,
Let me go whoop her ass.
and then get yeah. Well, that's the problem I had is the fact that if you're telling me that Hulk was an Avenger, Hulk still has those ties. Like, hey Bruce, can you tell? I need you to talk to Shield about helping me find clothes that'll fit my form. Or he would have said,
Hmm.
hey, you always need to bring backup clothes just in case. Like, where's the Shield tailor? Even if you're saying GLH and K, could have been a subsidiary of Shield. So we'll have everything you need. We'll give you access to all the files for the clients that we need you to help exonerate, or we need you to get out. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
some just came up. So just an
What?
idea of mine. What
Go
if her
ahead.
best friend was an undercover She-Hulk agent? I mean, not She-Hulk, Shield
A
agent,
Shield agent?
and she made fucking wardrobe for her like a Edna Mode from The Incredibles.
See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Like, there's, how you notice, my sister's a tailor. And then the whole time you'd have been like, well, hey, we need to make sure that you're ready.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because even then, how do you explain her being there before she was She Hulk?
I'm just having fun, bro. I'm just
I
saying,
know. I
just
know.
something cool that would be in
I
the
know.
show to actually explore. But no, I feel you. Why is she best friends before? Well, I mean, maybe they could have. I'm not going to say necessarily known she would be like, I mean, they know Bruce Banner, so they would know relatives. Hey, that's where the writing comes in. Y'all make it to where y'all had plans for this superhero division, especially when you got niggas like Daredevil and shit in this world. It's like, set that up, writers. But I'm saying that because I told you I actually like the best friend,
Okay.
because the best friend is made up for the show. These women are beautiful. I will give them that. They look good. Like Titania, I was actually looking at her outside of the hooker
Oh,
prostitute.
she's hot.
Titania,
Jamila's
fucking
hot.
hot.
Yeah.
Them titties be
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
up nice. I'd like to injure that asshole myself. Like,
Wow.
I'm just playing, kinda jokingly serious, but these women do look good. But that best friend, it's like she's cute, she's funny, she's having fun. She's like, girl, let's drink. All right. She's what you would expect from a woman. She's a typical woman in this show. So I guess because she's the actual believable character here, I actually like her. But like the scene where Jen is like, "Oh, they only hired me because I'm a person of color," like basically because I'm a She-Hulk, because I'm a superhero.
Right.
But
Oh, and that's that. See, that's the funny thing. That's the white woman's version,
yeah, yeah,
which is the irony because affirmative action was more about getting white women into the workplace as opposed to minorities. It was like
hmm,
minorities were the tag along of that affirmative action hire.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm only hiring because I'm green. Now I totally know what it feels like to be a minority. I'm like, God. Yeah,
So
but
like,
go ahead.
but yeah, that's why I like the best friend, because the best friend has been like so supportive, and I know that's her thing. That's what she's there for. But I'm like, you know what? You wouldn't really need this if She-Hulk was her actual self. Again, I'm saying
Right,
like She-Hulk wouldn't be having these issues that this Jennifer
that
Walters is
version.
having.
No,
Yeah, but that best friend was like, damn girl, you got a fucking job. Like, stop bitching. Like, look at all this room we got. Look at the stocked fridge. Like, I don't know
right.
what she pulled out, but I'm like, the friend is like
Bottles.
having a good time. She's
Well, that's why.
acting.
Well, that's the irony is that the character they made up is the most relatable,
Mm-hmm,
and that's the problem I have with all the other characters. The fact that, yeah, it bothered me is the fact that these characters are nothing like what I've remembered. Okay, fine, but the character that's normal is the only one that's relatable.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The
Yeah,
character that's
I
acting like herself,
herself,
or
yes.
that what that gender, I guess, gender roles or stereotypical. Like, not to
Friend,
say,
girl. She's a girlfriend. You know what
okay,
I'm saying?
okay.
She is the typical girlfriend, but a girlfriend that has a purpose in that friend's life. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm,
like guys will have friends that all do the same thing or all the same work or do all the same things, right? Women usually collect each other as friends for different reasons. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They got a friend that's the party friend that takes them to the parties. There's a supportive friend that whenever you're down, she's your girl. There's the girlfriend that's always trying to hook you up with one of her guy friends. Like, they compartmentalize and collect friends. So we're seeing that this is the supportive friend that says, "Hey, don't get down. Things are looking up." Which I guess is understandable why she would want to bring her on as her main paralegal because that's just your homegirl.
Yeah.
But of all these characters, I should be drawn to the only one that's normal. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
For
In a
what
superhero
you're selling
show,
me, yeah, I don't want
especially when,
to. Right.
like I've said in my video, like I'm pretty sure there are more male She-Hulk fans than female She-Hulk
Oh,
fans.
definitely.
So we should be all over Jennifer Walters, like badass female. Despite the misogynistic incel claims and all of that, we we was excited. I'm not gonna say when it got announced because it's been announced with all this other weird woke shit. But
Right.
it's like if you would have told us like what back phase 1, phase 2 of the
Oh, we've been
MCU,
excited.
we
We've
would
been
have
mad
been fucking
excited.
excited. And
Oh
it's like,
yeah.
okay, we get to see Hulk and she
And She Hulk.
well,
Right.
okay, so I hated this Hulk from the beginning. And because, okay, he was the weird, I guess because we just had Edward Norton's Hulk and then we get this Hulk,
Yeah.
which Edward Norton was still in the MCU. Although they don't want to acknowledge it, he was
He
there
was.
because, the Iron Man connection when he come at the end was like, hey, you got a problem, bro. I probably can help you out with that, talking to Ross. So it's like
Right.
to see us go from that Hulk to this Hulk, which he go back to being retarded, and then when
Mm-hmm.
he's introduced, he's like a gorilla. So he's like hunched over and walking on his knuckles and shit. So I was like, hold on, how you give me this toned up, standing up Hulk that's starting to think, and then just to revert to this dumb fuck? And I'm supposed to
Right.
go on a journey of this dude evolving? Like, nah.
Right.
So I
Right.
hated that from the beginning. But just them characters themselves, you give me Hulk, and then you telling me that there's a She-Hulk show coming out later, or like we get to see the Gamma Cousins, the Warriors kicking ass, bro. We
Right.
should have been all over this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, you could have done She Hulk Attorney at Law way before this, and even then, what you could have done was show that she works for Shield too in their legal department. And you could
Yeah,
even show, even if you want to show a different side of Jen Walters, you could show her being a little bit, having a little bit of animus towards her cousin, and you'd be like, "That's my cousin Jen. Like, we're not really on speaking terms." She's like, "Bruce, what's wrong?" It's like, it's a long story, but at least she knows he's there,
I
and you could say
disagree.
that. Go ahead.
I disagree with that one only because I think that would work better for a Red She-Hulk character if they were to introduce her, have her connected to Shield.
Ooh,
Keep Jen ground level, you know what I'm
ooh,
saying, working at the lawyer's office or whatever. That's why I said the best friend, if she was a Shield connection, I could see them working something out. But then yeah, have a Red She-Hulk because some dumb fuck asked me this, like, why would you have Betty there as a liability? Just to calm the Hulk down. And I was like, well, Betty was actually a fucking scientist as well. Like she's actually
right,
smart. She's not just a liability. She can contribute. And to
right,
have her there, which I saw this in the animated Avengers movie when they had when Hulk went on a rampage, because she was there, she was trying to help with his him managing his Hulk and making sure
his
he don't.
psyche, yeah.
Yeah, so like you could have that element in there, but they took out Betty altogether and
That was That's
exchanged her
sort of
for Black Widow. That shit's weird.
stupid.
But you could have had her there and have her to go through some crazy shit that happened. This attack on, Shield, Hulk go crazy or whatever. But then you find out, oh well, we hit her with that juice. Now she Red She-Hulk. Like I'm just saying, if they would have actually thought about all of this stuff in the beginning and had like a roadmap to what they was trying to do, or in like, characters to be introduced, it all could have worked within a MCU adaptation. And changes would have been made, and we would have been like, okay, you respected the character, you made a story that makes sense, and you are entertaining at the same time. I'm fine
Agreed.
with it. We with it. But yeah, we've been you want to keep bitching about She-Hulk? Let me address the chat
Chat,
real
yes, chat,
quick.
chat.
What do I start? Y'all been going. All right. Kaylin Wilkinson, we not finna do that, bro. I've been seeing you talking about that, but we've been trying to stay focused. No. We ain't come, especially
Nah,
talking about
I'm gonna
She-Hulks.
pass.
I
About
get
to
enough
pass.
about man sex with the Phoenixes, Flaccid Phoenix. So we talking about attractive women here.
Keep it
Snow
real
Dub,
hetero today.
yeah, bro, straight man's show right now. Snow Dub, hey kids, what up? What
What's
up?
up, Snow Dub?
Yep. check out his channel. Check out he streams as well. Him and the Cotton Council, Cotton Connection. Yeah. Um Hulk Triz, yep. Seth Aloni came through, a real Hulk of a woman. She should be. She should.
Yeah,
We ain't
yeah.
getting that.
Nope.
Dash Attack. This doesn't sound like a fun show. It's not. He says House of the Dragon does a better job showing how women are canonically treated in Westeros than this show depicts the modern day. I haven't even seen the first episode all the way through. I hear it's entertaining. I'm gonna check it out just because me and Ego was talking about what do we want to cover, like what's that, the House of the Dragon or Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
And we're not Lord of the Rings fans. Well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I know I'm not.
I don't know the lore like that. I mean, I understand why it's exciting to certain people. Just I was like me. I couldn't really get into it like that.
Yeah, so that's not our thing. I have no emotional investment in it, so I'm gonna let the people who actually know what they're talking about pick that apart.
Yes.
But I love a good fantasy show, so and I was there for Game of Thrones. I haven't read the books, but I got the graphic novels, and those are cool. So yeah, I actually like Game of Thrones. Arya was my favorite fucking
Yeah.
character. I
Oh, she was
hated
awesome.
the I hated the lack of wolves in the show. Like wolves just kept
I know.
dying left and right. And Nymeria came through one scene and she left again. And I was like, no, no, John's wolf. Is John Wolf still alive? Do you
Jon
remember?
Snow. Yeah, Jon Snow makes to the end.
Is Ghost still alive? Or
Oh,
did Ghost
Ghost.
die?
I don't know. Maybe Ghost died. I think.
Ah man, but anyway, I will be watching that show. But I'm gonna let y'all know I'm not paying for any of this shit. These folks don't care about us. I don't care to make them rich. But I will
Sailing the
critique the
high
fuck out of their
seas.
shows.
Exactly.
Bro Graham, where they said they don't know how to write court scenes and it shows, and we know they cannot write good or evil because they have no moral compass. Nope, the writing will not get better with the current. It won't, bro. It won't.
I,
And somebody
go ahead. I'm
hold
sorry.
on. So somebody said that the writer wrote the Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty. And although that was probably
Yeah.
my favorite episode out of Rick and Morty,
Right.
it's still the fucking episode where the family was going to therapy. So it was still
Right.
some feelings, some woman shit. So it's like she wrote it, but how much did she actually write?
Right.
Like did somebody
Exactly.
else
Did she
write
get writer? Did
Rick's
she get
part?
writer credits, or did
Yeah,
she write it?
or
And
did
we're
she
not
write
saying it
all
because
of
she's
it?
a woman. We're saying that in general. I've had to do ask about everyone that writes. Like, yo, did you get exclusive writing credits, or did you write this on your own? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I will say the one thing about the writing that's going to probably piss everyone off, and I brought this up in the midweek hump, is the fact that you're going to have Jen Walters say things that the Hulk would say, or it's going to be completely turned the other way around, and we're not going to be able to say it anymore. So, for
Mm.
instance, I said what might happen after that scene where she actually picks that dude up like a baby, which it looks weird, takes him back to her room. They're probably going to fast forward to the next day. She's having brunch with the girlfriends, and they're like, "So, did y'all do it?" And I swear to God, she's probably going to say, well, let's just say that She Hulk smashed.
And we're gonna
And
be like, what
bro,
the
I'm going to
fuck?
be so mad because that's going to be a new term, girl. Oh, Slay Girl, She Girl Smash, She Hulk Smash. And be like, you completely ruined what that phrase was. This is ridiculous. Yeah. So that's one thing I think is going to wind up happening with the writing. It's going to be so terrible they'll try to twist around phrases that Hulk uses to make it make sense to them.
And people in the comments, whatever, fact check me if I'm wrong, but we didn't see Hulk smash did his ground pound. We saw it in Edward Norton's Hulk, but I don't think we saw it again in him actually saying Hulk smash with the rest of the MCU with his him being on screen. We also didn't see a thunderclap. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just stroking Edward Norton's Hulk too much, but he did a thunderclap in that movie. I don't recall seeing a thunderclap in the MCU after that until this show
I'm not
where
sure. I'm not
he's
so
like
sure.
I'm about to do this. I'm gonna show you this move, and then she claps a whole lot. So it's like even his signature moves, she takes and does better than him. You know, when he did the Hulk smash and he hit the ground, okay, some rocks fell. But she actually broke like part of that whole mountain with her little
Right.
girly spin momentum into the punch type thing. So she's already taking his moves. She gonna take his
Yeah.
catchphrases in a minute.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be so upset because it's gonna sound way gross. I mean, how did guys sound when they were trying to say like, man, bro, Hulk smash? She'd be like, oh my god, it's so misogynistic. You should be saying that. But yet, when she says she Hulk smash, like, well, boys do it. I was like, well, no, you won't let us say it, so we're not letting her get away with it either. And it sounds terrible the way that she puts the phrasing. So if it's not good for one, no one should be saying it, or everyone should be saying it. No in betweens.
All right, dash tag. The Hulk has a son, and She Hulk. No, but he's going back to Sakaar,
That's
and
what we're
there's
thinking.
been that's what people have been thinking. I know Mark Ruffalo said he'd be down to do a World War or Planet Hulk. What did he say? World? I don't know which one he said specifically,
I don't.
but I mean, World War Hulk is right after Planet Hulk, but he said he'll be down for that. Ain't no way you getting that soft ass dude in those storylines.
No,
Like
no, no.
it's not believable. At no, fuck it. Uh Brother Graham, Bro Graham, he said these are the jokes. He said that the Gordon, good brother, Gordon said, but a little bitty Hulk phone is cute. That bro, that's the thing. Like,
uh,
what are we supposed to be laughing at here? Because I forgot this was supposed to be a comedy.
right.
I haven't laughed since watching
I,
it,
I haven't
and
either.
they can't say again. I go back to the girlfriends. If you've seen Girlfriends, I was laughing my ass off
Yeah,
continuously every episode. So you can't just
right,
say just because this is a female targeted show that the jokes can't land or go over well with men. Women might be less funny, but you can't. It's not like they just can't be. Some are just not hilarious.
right,
So yeah, man, you feeling me with the writing, you're feeling me with the comedy, you're feeling me with
right.
your portrayal of a female character. Like,
There's no there isn't any drama. There's not so there's not you can't call it a drama. It's not a comedy because nothing's been funny, and there's barely been any action. So if it can't fit in either of those categories, and we damn sure know it's not a romance. What is this? Who is this for? You know what I mean?
Mike has bad knees says there are no stakes, right? Because
Yeah, no stakes.
yeah, I was just like, hold on. So they know about him breaking out. So this is after Shang-Chi. So the world's still going on. We're not gonna address the snap or ramifications and all that type of shit. Yeah, man, it's just a show. Things are happening.
Yeah, yeah, that's,
Bro,
come
Graham
on.
got to bounce. Godspeed.
Yo, check it in,
Bro.
man.
Yeah, Godspeed to you and handling whatever you gotta do, man. Go handle
Yeah,
your business. Enjoy your
we appreciate you
weekend.
stopping by.
A Sipiter came through, said, hey guys, what up, A
What's good,
Glad you up
sir?
in
What's
here,
good?
man. Listening to us talk some pop culture.
Word, word.
I guess it's not popular for good reason now. It's we all shitting on it.
Yeah,
Uh do they think the show
it's.
will bring in new normie subscribers? Bro, I don't know.
I
I
don't
know
know.
I
Go
know
ahead.
for a fact I can't I'm not saying real fans are not watching this or paying attention to this because we watching to like laugh and criticize and say like how shit could have been done better. Definitely saying what not to do and handling our own projects or whatever. But I'm
Right.
not paying for this shit. I know a lot of people they not paying to see these movies. They'll pay for another movie, but then walk into a MCU thing and to support the other one, but just to have the knowledge, to not be
Yeah.
speaking from a place of ignorance when we actually critique these
Well,
things.
this is. I guess the thing for me is the fact that it's kind of like if you're new to any kind of friend group and then they have the thing that everyone does and you don't want to be left out. So even though you don't like it, you might watch it just so that you can be somewhat competent in a conversation if it ever comes up. But all you sound like is Akeem from Coming to America when he was trying to explain that he likes football. Oh yes, the New York Jets were playing the Cleveland Browns and they kicked a brown oblong ball through the goal. It was a touchdown. And so I was like, well, okay, I know you don't know what you're talking about, but you're trying to at least be informed. I think that's
Yeah,
what they're trying to count the normies on.
yeah, normies will do that just to watch it to talk about it. I never was a
Yeah,
person that gave a fuck really about shit. If I didn't care about it, I'm not gonna talk about it. But since I am on streams with not just here on the channel, but other
right.
people's streams and whatnot, it's like I want to contribute to the conversation. And because although I'm not emotionally invested in the show, I'm
Mm-hmm.
emotionally invested in Disney, Marvel,
Right.
and these
Yes.
characters, these
Yes.
heroes. So I do
Yes.
want to, although I don't want to financially support the raping and pillaging of my fandom, my properties that I've
Hmm.
loved, I do want to know what's happening. So again, I can speak. I'm not speaking from a place of ignorance when I say this shit's garbage,
Yeah.
or woke trash, and how it could be better. You know, it's
Yeah.
not just
Well.
bitching, but actually giving solutions on, well, if you could have did this could have worked. Well, what
Right.
about this? You know, this element. So shit like that.
Yeah.
So, but no, to answer your question, no normie family has asked me about
She
any
Hulk.
none of this shit. They don't
Nah.
they don't care. People watch, they one and done if they do that.
Right.
Yeah, if the writers had merged Jen with the friend, that could have actually been She-Hulk. You know,
That would have been
probably
a
got,
better one. Yeah.
yeah, probably could have had to rework some more stuff, but yeah, it's crazy. The best friend is the one that actually is likable. What up, Zach's? I
Yo,
was on
what's good?
I was on Zach's stream. What was it? Thursday.
Hmm.
Great dude. Great channel. Go check out his stuff. I was about to say to go check out his shit, but it's not shit. Yeah, I know. I just
No.
use shit for everything. It's like junk.
Yeah.
But
It's
go
like,
check out his channel. Just good dudes. Good dudes. Like I said,
yeah.
I got on YouTube just because I wanted to the people around me was tired of hearing my opinions. They was like, bro, you care too much about this shit. You just love to hate stuff. I've embraced it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But I sought out the internet to and doing the YouTube to have great geek conversations with other people, man, to hear other opinions and whatnot. So Zach is one of those guys that are definitely doing that, and not only that, he loves to highlight other people. It's not He's
Yeah.
not just making it about him. He bringing in other people,
I
like
would.
him in Salty Texas. See, bro, hey,
Oh.
I'm giving this man his flowers right now, man.
No,
Calm
no.
down.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going,
Nah,
keep going.
that's
Do
it,
your thing.
bro. Zach's a good
No,
dude. Go check him out.
I was going to say that as much as hate as people may see other people on Twitter or even YouTube have, a lot of the streams that we've been on, a lot of YouTubers that have invited us on are really great and very, very, very supportive. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're just paying that forward, shouting out Zach's, and all the people that have brought us on, including like Shagsworth and them, and it's been a really fun, interesting ride. I mean, you are going to have haters if you're ever considering making your own YouTube channel, but the support you get from either you guys or other streamers far outweighs it. So if you're ever thinking about doing a channel, do it because there's a lot of help out there.
Yeah, you saying that the the love, I'm gonna say, can outweigh the hate, because you still got to be known. You got to get people watching. You got to have something of actual value to present people so that they are
Agreed.
willing to come listen. But yeah, I see, especially with Ripper, bro. Like anybody that's trying to
Yeah.
pursue, trying to do anything, the hate gonna come just because from a place of jealousy, from people who ain't doing shit and you doing it. They're like, damn, that could have been me. Or you have people
Right.
who have already feel like they've made it and they like, nah, it's the pie is just for me. Can't nobody else get in. I don't want you to
Right.
have none. Like that shit will happen.
Right.
And yeah, Ripper then just took out two dudes through this week coming at him, trying to tell
Yeah.
this man like, I don't like you because you didn't handle your business the way that I would or the way that I want you to. And it's like, bro, if you care so much about handling a business or the way go do that shit yourself.
Well,
Like
yeah. I
keep your
mean,
nose out of mind and put it back
and
into
some of well,
yours.
it's that or it's like, well, I don't like the way other people are describing you. Like, how am I supposed to have control over what other people say about my work?
Hmm.
They're open to their own opinions. Like the one guy that was saying you're making your mark specifically marketing it as non woke. He said no. I just said that we have a code of ethics and we're going to be as transparent as possible. I'm not in control of what Fox News or the Blaze TV says about what I
Hmm.
do. And if I get more money and more subscribers or more backers for it, that's all good. But I never said this. Like it's weird. The standards they're holding him to are definitely the standards that they would hold the old guard to.
Right.
And so, I have a hard time believing when you're saying Black Lives Matter and, I'm an ally,
Oh,
yet
yeah,
you're
all that
attacking
fake ass shit,
somebody.
bro.
Right. So, you sound fake because here I am. I'm saying that my life not only matters to me, but everyone else should see that their lives can matter. You can have a character that happens to be black, but that's not central to his character, and I have a built-in fan base that actually says, "Thank you for not just being online and bitching about something, but being about a solution." Is it not what they were telling us? Oh, well, it's a
And
private company, they can do whatever they want, or if you think you're so good, you should go ahead and do it and make it yourself. He does, and that's still not enough for you.
now you're
Eh,
not doing it how I want you to. You're not saying the
Right,
things that I want you to, and that's that
right.
liberal racism. I'm seeing a lot of black, specifically YouTubers, with this recent this situation that's happening now. But a lot of people are seeing what's happening. Like these and I'm not even into the politics. I'm just using the fucking titles and names
Yeah.
that I'm hearing, and but these people are actually being that. But it's like they'll say they care so much about these people or whatnot, but as soon as you go against what they think these people, or been told that these people actually think like, or that they have their own fucking opinions, it's not a fucking monolithic group think thing going on, then it's like, oh well, but basically I'm pretty sure they're like, this nigga's too rebellious, or he, like, once they can't control you, you're of no use to them. So then again, all the criticism has been, oh bro, you lying about this, you lying about that. When I'm like, this bro has been like as transparent as it makes sense. Like, of course, he's
Yeah.
not gonna give up his fucking information so people can
Tax
log into
ID or
his shit.
Social
Yeah,
Security. Yeah,
but it's like,
I'll give you that.
all the transparency, and they still like, oh, that can't be real. Or again, moving the goalpost, like, okay, so you did that, but you ain't did this. It's like, motherfucker, you ain't gonna be happy. So just
Right.
you
And
stressing yourself out,
well,
fucking paying so much attention to him.
I would say to the point we were talking about last week when I posted my L's, when I posted my Miles Morales and the Captain Falcon. I
Yeah,
think that what they're thinking is you want to be so right that you could never be proven wrong, you'd never be able to live it down. No, if it turns out this whole thing was a scam by Ripa, which I doubt it is, if it was, I think we'd be like the first to say, "Yo, damn man, we really thought he had something, and we got. This sucks. I'm upset about this, and I don't know if I'll be a subscriber or a fan moving forward. We at least we could be genuine about the fact that we're hurt that someone lied to us because
I
no
will
one
give
wants
an
to be lied to.
unbiased critique, and yeah, I will say I hope he come harder with the next book, or I'm looking to see
Well,
what the
no,
next
I mean,
book
no, I'm saying if it
comes out
turns
or
out that
whatnot.
I'm saying if this thing turns out to be a complete scam in itself,
Yeah.
because they're acting like I'm getting scammed. You're telling me I shouldn't. You're telling me where I should spend my money, but because I spend it there, you're saying that, oh, you're just getting ripped off. You're getting scammed. Well, it's my decision to make, and if it turns out I got scammed, I'll be the first to say, you know what? Damn, I got scammed. That does suck. Moving
Hmm.
on, and that's it. They're acting like people don't take L's sometimes and aren't afraid to say, I got. It's the liberal media that refuses to say they got or they're sorry. They'll
Hmm.
say, oh, well, this was my intent at this time, but there's no accountability there. A man that's telling you in RIPA that's saying, hey, we're going to have complete accountability within reason, and you don't believe that, you're not coming from a genuine argument or critique of his work.
Yeah, as well as, like I said, on those streams, dudes was telling them like, you should do this, you should do that. It's like, fuck
Right.
all the hypothetical. What has the man done? And it's proven to be successful. So why are we even talking about hypothetics here? But back to the chat. Yep,
Yeah, yeah, go.
Accipiter, Soy Boy Hulk. That's what we got.
Exactly.
C4C, what did you miss? Bro, bitching about She-Hulk.
That's it.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's it.
Glad you up in here though.
Appreciate it.
Now, this man, Left Eye Ego, says, sorry guys, our audio avatars messed up. LOL. Now I'm looking on my screen. My chibi
Bro,
AJ head is still here. He's got
bro,
the little titty on the screen. What do y'all
bro,
see?
no, I'm looking on YouTube. It's two titties, it's two D cups on the live
What?
to you screen right now. Yes, it looks like two D cups. Two brown breasts with white areolas on top, bro.
Bro, what
Like
is
because I'm looking on my side and my audio avatar is on. When I'm looking at yours, it's whited out. So now it just looks like two breasts on YouTube.
okay? Look, if the well, we ain't seeing no titties in She-Hulk, so if these are enough for y'all, if that's what y'all seeing, then again, glad we could be of service. Zach said Ghost is alive. That's what's up.
Okay,
Fucking
appreciate
Jon
it.
Snow should have riding a dragon and a damn big ass dire wolf. But that's
Yeah,
my hopes. I don't know if that's gonna happen in this Game of Thrones. What is this? House of the Dragon.
House of
I
the
want to see
Dragon.
some damn dire wolves because in Game of Thrones they said that the dire wolves had died off. So there must like, are we at a point in time to where they're out here? They're not endangered,
Well, I mean, wouldn't the dire wolves be exclusive to the north?
bro. Sure, but still, I don't
Okay.
know.
Oh, you just saying you don't care how you see them, you just want to see them.
I want to see some good wolfness. That's all
Okay.
I'm
All
saying.
right.
But the dragons
Okay.
too. That's I like the creatures, the fantasy creatures. So if we can see the dragons actually, man, doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
don't know, dragon on dragon fight. That's what I'm here
Okay.
for. Fuck all the politics. Fuck the the lineage of what's going on because we know what's gonna happen. Fucking Daenerys gonna go crazy. No more Targaryens. Okay.
Okay.
Rom com. That's what it's supposed to.
I
Hold on, what we
mean,
talking about?
no, he was
No
saying
idea. Just
what do we what no we were saying what do we determine She-Hulk as because we know there's not action comedy, there's no romance. So he said rom-com. I mean, I guess that's all we'd be left with is a hybrid where there's neither romance nor comedy.
So, Mike, you said the first Avengers they said Hulk smash. Hulk didn't say it. I recall Captain America looking at Hulk,
Telling him
pointing to him, and
to.
said Hulk smash. Then Hulk, and then you see him jump. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he does it.
Girlfriend's humor was genuine, written by people who lived it. Those She-Hulk writers ain't living it. Okay, okay. So somebody on board. Yeah, bro. Girlfriends
Thank you.
has already done this story way better than what She-Hulk is doing.
Agreed.
Thursday was a good time. Yeah, bro. Like Thursday was fun. I look forward to being on the show again. Zax, we gonna get you on the show, bro. We gonna get you again. Good conversation all around. The people attacking Ripper had no coherent or relevant argument against him. Nah, bro, but
He did
they'll
not.
be like, there one dude, was it Vito, Italian Pepsi man? I don't know none of these internet motherfuckers. They all new to me, but he was like, ooh, I whooped him so bad, I hurt the boy. Other dude talking about some ooh, dumb and all this. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't even carrying
No.
yourselves like men. So
Exactly.
it's like to see you get whooped like the pussy that you are is just fucking hilarious. Um, why hero there? Ooh, what the fuck does that mean, Arno?
Mhm.
Why hero there? Ooh, I don't know what that mean. It true?
Well, Hero there.
Why hero there?
Yeah,
All
that's
right, all right, bro. Tell me the
it took
joke.
a
It's
second.
going over my head, but there you go.
Yeah.
Kaylin still being wild in the chat. Hey man, this ain't the dick stream, okay? I'm go subscribe to Flaccid Phoenix, and y'all can talk about big dicks, small dicks, hard dicks, soft dicks, brown dicks, white dicks, all type. That's what. Go
like
subscribe to them.
it's super bad, just like it's super bad.
Yes, bro. And you can. They'll love to have that conversation with you. I'm telling you, Kaylin. Those your boys right there.
Those some wild dudes.
Them some wild dudes. I don't watch, but I think they could have fixed the writing by saying she is smarter than Hulk instead of using strength. She could be a technical fighter, so they should have kept Hulk dumb rage. I get what you're saying. I don't think we
Yeah.
should have Hulk dumb rage. I don't. I think Savage Hulk would have been a continued issue, and if they're really not trying to address that, then I understand them trying to fast forward to Professor Hulk. But this is not Professor Hulk that we see. But then again, before that, we're not even seeing, like I said, Planet Hulk, World War Hulk. We're not seeing fucking Gray Hulk, Joe Fixit. We're not seeing
Yeah.
we didn't see the Hulk be like, oh shit, I'm smart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he hit the Gray
Right.
Hulk for a minute. Like, we're not
Right.
seeing that progression from him.
Right.
But right, She-Hulk is a more technical fighter in control of herself. That's the contrast that we should be seeing, as well as the actual family relationship that they're trying to show is just happy, hunky dory, love you cuz, love you little fur ball, all that type of bullshit. You
Yeah.
had actually depressed ass Hulk talking about like, having to deal with, damn, I made my cousin a Hulk. Like, how does
Right.
this affect her life? Like, we
Or I'm
should
trying to
have
work. I'm
more,
working on a cure because I don't want you to have this burden.
yeah,
You know what I
all
mean?
that type of shit. So in the well, I was about to say something kind of contradictory. I was about to say in the course over the time of him making a cure, it could end up like showing like she don't need it and he use it for him, and then we get like some other Hulk. But then again, it's like, well, shit. If he's making a cure, is he doing it as Banner?
Well,
Because he,
well, I mean, in one of in one of the Hulk books where he learns to separate his personality and makes him two different people, everyone else that takes the serum has control over their Hulk form. Like
mm-hmm.
the Red Hulk, there was the general who could turn the Red Hulk, She Hulk, and you made it in a problem exclusively to Banner.
Doc
You know what I mean?
Samson, leader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so I could say like, hey, it's worked for us. The problem isn't us; it's you.
Right, right.
Whatever happened with your DNA, I don't know. Your
Or
source code is
get your
what.
emotions together, son.
Right, right. And then you could have, and that's the problem is like, hey, look, we're in control of it. It's something wrong with specifically with you. You
Yeah.
know, whatever trauma you've had, it's kind of permanent. You know, and whenever you hulk into, when you go in the Hulk, you actually tap into that part of your personality. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'd have been okay with that. You
And
know,
get
but
over your emotions, get over your trauma. That'll help you
yeah,
with your Hulk form, which again, Edward Norton's Hulk. And again, motherfuckers on Twitter want to be like, we mad at the Hulk doing the yoga and She-Hulk, but we was okay with him meditating in Edward Norton's Hulk. Well, because
right.
that wasn't a whole fucking comparison, and
No,
this dude announcing fucking poses and shit. Like we just saw him working on himself, being calm, controlling the Hulk, and then bam, that shit's over with.
at the end he figured out. Yeah, well, he figured out how to do it at the end, and
Right,
that was
right,
kind of the point. I know what I'm doing,
right. It wasn't a
and
whole
so
fucking montage dedicated to this shit.
right. I don't want to go. Yeah, it winds up being that he regresses. And you know, you could have said that the plant that he used that actually helped him control the form, it's no longer exists. And with that, I gave up hope of ever having control of this. So when I go into that state, and you know what, one thing they could have really done that they really missed out on is to show us what Bruce Banner's mind is like inside of the Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is it? Where are you when you go away? When you call him the
Right,
other guy, what is it like? Where are you? You know, you could have pictured his mind as anything like a palace that he's stuck in this palace that has all these doors and he's trying to find the one that lets him get back to his own body. And he's frantically
right.
searching and all he does is open doors to different traumas. And he hates the fact that he has to open doors to these different traumas and things that he's experienced, that he's locked away in these rooms, that he can't find the door that lets him back out into his own body. You know what I mean? And if they told us and showed us that, then we could explain why he has almost a blind rage. But why on some parts there's a part of him that won't destroy precious life or limb, but he's still
Hey,
destructive overall.
hey, man, we're making too much sense. Let's stop before
We
Marvel
are,
come
we
after
are.
us.
I'm putting intellectual property rights on that
Yeah.
one, bro.
They say
Let you
you
know now.
you speaking too much sense, bro. You gonna make us look
Right.
retarded.
That's because you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah, but yeah, Gordon, good brother. Lots of people don't like anti-government black folks.
They do not.
They don't like when we're not allowing ourselves to be pimped by them, and they're like smooth talking and whatnot, double speak. Fuck all that.
Mm-mm.
Um, thing is, these people against Ripper just won't admit that they hate what he's doing just because of his politics, right, or lack of
Exactly.
politics, his morals, his principles. That's all it
Right.
comes down to with these people, right? One dude bro said, I think it's that Vito dude or whoever said, well, I just hope that you uplift people who are not politically aligned with you or whatnot. And basically all I heard was, hey, help us out, folks who don't agree with you, or you know what I'm saying? Just trying to
Well,
just
I,
leave.
what's good? I think
While
probably
also trying to promote his own shit on Ripper's show.
right. I mean, I guess for me, the thing that it shows is the fact that white liberals do not know what to do with black libertarians. You know,
I don't
if
know if
it's
he's
black,
white
if it's,
liberal. That's why I'm like,
huh?
I'm just saying these names, but I don't actually know what this guy is, what he
I
believes in, and
that's
all that.
fine. No, I will say that for the majority of white liberals, I don't think they know what to do with black libertarians because if it was a black conservative, we already know the words that are coming. Coon, traitor, stop sucking on that MAGA, whatever. Black
Hmm.
liberal, oh, you think like I do. As long as you stay in line, we won't have a problem. But a black libertarian is saying no, I believe in property rights. Leave me alone. I'm going to do what I want. That's the essence of libertarianism. Well, I hope you do what you would do with people that are on my side and uplift them and be an ally. I'm doing my
Yeah.
own thing. Well, great sucking off that MAGA. I'm libertarian. I don't really necessarily believe in those conservative viewpoints. And then they have a stroke. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think that
And
they
then
know specifically what to do with them.
they hit Ripper with the, well, it's not you, it's just your fan base. It's just the people that support you. They're the
Right,
terrible ones. Like, motherfucker, make up your mind. Hate me or not. Or shut the fuck
right.
up.
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Yeah, Mike, the one guy tried to say it was a grift because the book has too many pages. I'm like, motherfucker, have you
Stop.
not heard of a graphic novel? Like
Right.
that's the route I'm trying to take with my books. I don't want to put out
Exactly.
some little issues and give
Right.
you a little bite of the story here and there. I want to give you enough to you can really consume, just be in it, just in that world, immersed in it,
Yeah.
and wanting more. Like,
Right. And no one was saying anything when New 52 dropped and they redid Superman issue 1 and it was going for like $120. Believe me. And it was only like maybe 30 pages. So like
mm,
if you're not complaining about that, then why are you complaining about someone that actually made a book that's 100 pages, produced in-house? The paper quality looks fantastic and it's not cheap.
yeah,
So he's telling you exactly what you're getting before the launch, and you're upset because of what? Stop.
yeah, man. I'm excited though. I'm ready to check out the
I mean,
book.
oh yeah,
Uh, you know what? I have some thoughts about it, some theories and whatnot. Look, we gonna
yeah,
get into it, and we gonna when the book come, when it come. Marvel Studios isn't going to go overboard developing Hulk until they get all the rights back from Universal. Uh hmm. I don't. I can't really say I have a thought out response to that, Gordon Good brother. I will say that you can still have the Hulk involved in these projects without having him be the main focus. I believe you can. That's all I'm saying. How can you do that? I can't really tell you off the top of my head. Uh, okay,
I
like
mean, but
yeah.
they were doing that with Spider-Man though. They were sharing the rights. They shared the rights with exclusively with Sony to get Spider-Man. So I mean, they're making it sound like we won't until we get the rights exclusively. I mean, but you still made that $1 billion that you did, or almost 2 billion with Spider-Man. So if you thought you had a good enough script, you'd be willing to share the profits if you knew that there was going to be something that was going to be fantastic instead of just being
Well,
cheap.
it seems like from what I'm seeing, they knew Spider-Man was a popular character by most.
Right.
Spider-Man, you could damn near say is the face of Marvel.
Agreed.
Um, the Hulk, on the other hand, yeah, a lot of Marvel fans love the Hulk, but not so many normie fans.
Okay, I can see that.
So yeah, I guess they feel like Spider-Man was a safer bet as opposed to the Hulk. And now they're trying to go more in depth with the Hulk because you got all these normies talking about, ooh, I like the Hulk. Ooh, he's more relatable.
Right.
Oh, he's
Oh
not a
yeah.
big dumb monster. So they're like, oh, okay, now they liking that Hulk cock. Now we finna make that
Ah, I see what you mean.
and yeah, it's but again,
Yeah,
they
it's go ahead.
and I was, I say they don't believe in black characters. They don't believe in the Hulk either, bro. They don't believe in their female characters. Like, it's not just exclusively to color. It's just they don't believe in characters that most normies don't know or believe in, and they
Agreed.
don't want to take chances developing those. Where us fans are like, no, put these dudes on screen. Let's see
Yeah.
that. We're gonna get
Right.
all our homies to go watch this shit if it was done right.
Exactly.
But yeah. Sean, I gotta drive to the store, but I'll keep listening. All right, look, I'm addressing the chat. I'm here to get through it. A leech is a leech is a leech. Yep, and there's always a bunch of them motherfuckers on your body at once. A first reply guy is an apolitical professional troll. The first reply guy. Bro, them dude, it's terrible to see. And it's terrible to see because that's a lot of the men in America. And that's a lot of our men. I'll just say that. So, bro, if it came down to some real war, some real conflict or whatnot, man, I hate to be black pilled on that, but we might be losing. We ain't got enough RRRs around here. Quoting Steve Harvey to the politicos and Hollywood elites, you ain't sugar. You ain't sugar, honey, iced tea. I got you. I got you. All of that, bro. I don't care about the elites, politics. Fuck all these people that claim they have control or whatnot. Um, Big books. I love them big books. I love big books, and I cannot lie, bro. All of my books.
No
And
lies.
when I really start collecting books, again, I wasn't there for like issues 1, 2, 3, and all that type of shit. I didn't even know how that worked. My folks was not taking me to no comic book shops. I didn't even really know they existed near me. My folks wouldn't even take me to the good mall. We had to go to the hood malls. So nah, man. So, but once I got old enough and actually start collecting, then I would just collect those, those volumes, those thick books. And the comic book shop owner was telling me that he was saying that I get what you mean. Like you want the books, but in order for the run to continue selling, it's based off of the issues, how well the issues sell.
Right.
So then I was like, well, damn. Well, I'm not finna buy none of these new issues coming out because this was the new 52, the all new Marvel weird shit, and I was like, nah, I don't want that. I went online, read stories about characters that I liked, and I said I'm going to collect this. Uh, but hey, that's not gonna have to be an issue no more because independent creators like Ripper giving us big books, big books.
All in big books. Thickums.
Um, the Geek Getaway printing isn't actually that expensive. Eric is passing off his expenses onto the customers. I mean, that's how business work. You
Yeah.
charge higher so that you
You can
make the
make back your
money,
money. Yeah.
yeah, to do that.
I'm
And
okay
I
with
can't
that.
say how expensive printing is, but again, I'm not mad at it. I saw a product worth the price. I
Mm-hmm.
bought it. I thought they were about to do Red Hulk, but the actor died. So would Thunderbolt Ross be dead in the movie world like Black Panther? You know what? He's a strong male character, so they see the opportunity to get him out of there. They might do. But again, I don't know, bro. Like I don't care about the Red Hulk anymore. I don't care about anything. So I'm just watching. Just what are y'all gonna do so I can laugh at it?
I got
Like for them to have a Red Hulk in these movies, Red Hulk is the exact man that current mainstream hates.
you. Yep.
So to give him a spotlight, I just don't see it happening.
America.
Twirling that mustache, smoking that cigar, beating the fuck out of folks, cussing, talking about how he banging broads. America. Nah, bro. Black tank top with the camos. I'm not seeing that, bro. Boy pulling out weapons, shooting the shit out of folks with giant
gotta
bullets. Like,
gotta get those extremists.
hey, that'll be a great movie, but nah,
I
we
watch
ain't getting
that.
there, y'all. We gotta wait till the Renaissance happen. Um, in regards to Hulk, rumor is Marvel gets full rights back to Hulk. Universal had distribution rights, so Marvel Disney wasn't gonna get paid. Uh, gotcha. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm thinking about business wise, but they not making business moves to make money, as far as I can tell. So I don't know what's going on. I just reduce it to social engineering. Give them garbage, make them fight amongst themselves, cause a lot of chaos, throw all the little LGBT characters in there, race swaps in there, and all of that. And watch them fight amongst themselves until government can come in and fix us up. Like I said, what is it? Politics is main downstream from culture. So they got
Yep.
our culture, like, hating toxic men and making people value themselves or thinking they're owed something, deserve something over something they didn't have control of. It's just, yeah, it's causing a lot of discourse in the world. That's all.
Right.
Um by the way, Hulk was a huge character for normies due to the 70s TV show. Uh
Oh yeah, they was a great that show. It actually his showed the sad existence of the Hulk. He was always on the move. He was considered pretty much just like a vagabond because he couldn't really form meaningful relationships. He didn't want to, and the ones that he did, he would always mess up because he was the Hulk. So and
all
they would
right,
play this sad piano. Dun, 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 dun. You're like, damn man, it kind of sucks to be the Hulk, and that
okay,
gave you like what his existence was. It was great. I loved
you
it.
say that, but this is a 70s TV show where TV was hot, so people was
True,
watching
true,
any and
true.
everything. But how did that fan base pour over into like the next decades?
Yeah, honestly, because they made an Avengers movie based on it. So Lou Ferrigno's Hulk, there was a version of Captain America and Thor that they made an Avengers show or movie based off of that. So it spun off and it got it it was pretty decent and pretty big for the time because it was just the Hulk with no there were no like real there were movie star cameos here and there, but there wasn't any real universe that they were trying to make out of it. So like, oh, you like the Hulk? Well, I guess we can do Thor and we can do Captain America, and that kind of led into the Spider-Man show in the '80s. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty popular for what it was. Even me watching it in the '90s through the vein of the '70s, I could see why it was popular because it was well acted and well scripted.
Okay. Especially since he'd be a perfect villain for the MCU, white straight male in the army, clench my pearls. Yeah, bro, they can't do that because he gonna have to be a cuck. They're gonna have to make him
Yeah,
soft. Um, it can't happen. I'm sure it won't happen.
Yeah.
Uh, just going through this a little off topic, but curious, what would happen when Superman and Batman become part of public domain? Might end up
I
getting better stories.
I was actually trying to answer that. Um, so they were saying I was reading somewhere because they're trying to figure this out with that going into public domain is the fact that it's 75 years from that year of the character. So in this case, you'd have to get the 1930s or 40s version of Superman that couldn't fly, that was faster than a locomotive. He couldn't shoot laser beams out of his eyes. He may not have had the most up to date version of the suit, but that's the version that goes in the public domain. Only problem with that is that they could say that every other derivative version of Superman is based off of that version of Superman, so we can still extend or keep the copyright of the original. So I mean, that's they haven't had this. They're not. They're saying it's unprecedented because there isn't another case like this. There's the version of Mickey Mouse and the Steamboat. That one actually is public domain, so you can use that version of Mickey Mouse because that one is, I guess they determined would be actual public domain. But all other versions of Mickey Mouse that came up after that, you have to wait 75 years from that version of the character's inception. So, I mean, it's going to be tricky, but I think that someone's probably going to be able to do it. But again, you're still going to have to work around the whole name, image, and likeness thing. And you'd have to specifically say that this version of Superman is not in any way affiliated with DC Comics or Warner Brothers version of Superman that was around this same time period.
I have no comment on that. But a
Okay.
sipper, even more off topic as far as public domain or whatnot. Well, because Ego brought up the Mickey Mouse thing,
Yeah.
and I'm going back to if y'all saw that Chip and Dale movie, which was fucking garbage, but they blended the cartoon with live action. I think instead, well, I'm gonna say this: it seems like Disney doesn't believe in what it created before. So we're seeing the remakes and we're seeing them go hard with the Star Wars and the Marvel superheroes. But if they actually believed in like fucking Mickey Mouse, I think you could have had a successful Disney Plus show with House of Mouse, with fucking
Okay.
animated Mickey
Yep.
Mouse and the rest of the cast,
Yep.
and you can have the animated characters out there in the audience. No hint at none of these fucking remake 3D weird ass characters. I'm talking about 2D animated characters in the audience, as well as actual people, real people, and real celebrities that could be like celebrity guest of the night or whatever. I think that show would be a great hit because then you could just show all your old stuff. That's what House of Mouse was. We're gonna show this clip from this cartoon, or we can show this song like a Disney sing along type thing. I think people would have enjoyed that, but that would have
I do
been
too.
Disney having to believe in Mickey Mouse. Now he's just
Yeah.
branding as
Yeah.
opposed to being an actual character, the legacy of Disney. So I'm just throwing that out there because you're talking about the public domain and whatnot. Look, y'all, I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy Disney one day. All right, like I said, I keep saying this. I'm gonna buy
Buy it all
Disney.
up.
I'm gonna give Marvel back they shit. I'm gonna give Lucasfilm back y'all shit, and y'all do whatever y'all want with it.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna put some shine and some glitter back on the Disney name. I ain't gonna change their name. I ain't gonna change it. It could be Disney. It'll be like me being Falcon and taking the name of Captain America. But you know what? In
No,
this case,
that's you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
this case, I'll make an exception because I'm not Disney. I'm not saying call me Disney. I'm just running it at the time.
Okay. I would say if anything, you'd be shepherding Disney. You know what I mean? Because you're taking on the responsibility of Disney. It's still Disney. You're not saying I'm Captain Falcon or I'm taking on the mantle. It's just no, no, no. This is Disney run by Antoine, and part of it is actually giving you back things
Yeah.
that we took from you. You know, that's what I would go with
Uh,
that.
Going through the chat, if the
No,
printer's
go ahead, bro.
printing, y'all talking about printing and whatnot. Top three underrated Disney animated movies for me. Is that what we're supposed to say, and then we go into our three, or was you gonna finish that C4C? I'd rather let me hear yours. Chat, y'all interact. We
Right.
talking to y'all. Yeah, we got our
Well, yeah.
topics, but
We can throw ours in, but we wanted to hear yours for top three.
yeah, we want to hear y'all. But we already at an hour and 44 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into that DBZ talk. I know a lot of y'all are here for that or want
Yeah.
to hear that.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. You want to go first or I'm going?
You want to go first because I know that you were trying to prepare and get some things together when you went to go see it, and you're more of the animator and the big picture guy on it too. So give me what your thoughts are from a creative standpoint, what you saw.
All right, but the Geek Getaway, yeah, bro. I saw you in the chat again. Y'all was talking about some specifics of some shit I really wasn't caring to talk about. But the Geek Getaway, he was on the stream over there with Mad Max, and although I disagree with how Mad Max handles his channel, I'm not making videos and talking shit about it. But any conversations I have with those dudes, it's been fun. It's a good time over there when we're actually talking about geek stuff. I met the Geek Getaway over there. And yeah, it was a good time. It seems like good faith discussions, and
Yeah.
they was coming after me, but I was knocking them down. It wasn't shit for me, but I would love to have more, again, geek conversations, not just all this political talk and agendas being pushed. It's just like what's good, what's not, what's trash about it, how can we fix it,
Right.
and what stuff do you like. So if y'all want to go check him out, go check out his channel. And again, just hear opinions.
Yeah. We
Hear different
appreciate you,
opinions.
Geek Getaway. Appreciate it.
All right, but yeah,
C4C
DBZ.
actually. I was gonna say C4C dropped their top three real quick if you want to see it.
So C4C says top three is Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Tarzan, and Treasure Planet.
Good ones. It's a go.
All right. Well. So real quick, we'll address it
Yeah.
real quick. Then we got to get
Yeah.
into the DBZ talk because we
Go ahead.
almost at our 2 hour mark. So I feel like we might go over. Ego, let me know if you got a bounce, bro, or
I might
whatnot.
have a little bit more time after the two.
Okay, but again, this is like the kind of conversation I like to have on the stream. I'm not just trying to fucking bring news to y'all all the time. I want to talk about things that we actually enjoy, and if that's from the past, so be it. And that's especially what I will be doing on my personal stream. But bear with me, people. I'm trying to get to that together so we can do that throughout the week. But
Hmm.
so that's C4C's top three: Atlantis, Tarzan, and Treasure Planet.
That's not bad.
Um, yeah, mine's look, Mike. He said the Jungle Book, The Sword and the Stone, and Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Ooh, good call. Good call.
I like that you threw a Mickey one in there because, like I was just saying, I think Mickey don't get the love from his own fucking brand, from his own company that he deserves. My three, I don't think I've ever thought about three underrated Disney movies specifically, but I will say Treasure Planet.
Okay.
Just because that jump was so off, you wouldn't even think that was a Disney movie
You
necessarily.
would
But
not.
right. But the expansions of the world, the actual world, like going out there in space. I like Morph, the little alien animal character. I think that's what
Yeah.
Lightyear kind of failed at. Instead of giving y'all, I'm gonna say y'all, that wasn't my shit, but instead of that fucking robot socks with cat thing, like why is he not in space and find a fucking animal? But yeah, I'll say Treasure Planet. I don't think Tarzan is underrated. Is Tarzan underrated?
uh,
Because
I
if it
don't
is,
think so.
I don't think Tarzan is underrated. But so Treasure Planet, I will say, honestly, so Mickey personally doesn't have any great Disney movies to me. Like he got some cool Disney movies, the Christmas carols, the Three Musketeers, Fantasia. None of those are actually just appealing stories to me. They're kind of like redone remakes of stories. So I will say a Goofy movie.
Ooh,
And
good call, sir.
I'm gonna say that, but I don't really think it's too underrated. But just the fact that they gave like some shine to, like I said, an actual Disney character like Mickey, Donald, Goofy, like them by extension, by association or whatnot. So I'm going to say that I think that's underrated because Powerline was in it, and that was a cool character just because of the
It
real
was
world.
it was Tevin Campbell too.
Yeah,
They
but
put a
so I'm
black yeah, a black singer in there singing a fire soundtrack, bro.
Look, so I'm gonna say a goofy movie. And an extremely goofy movie. I like both of those. And a third underrated one, I'm gonna say Pocahontas. I think
Okay.
Mulan gets the shine that it deserves, But I don't
Yeah.
think Pocahontas get enough love because that was a woman of color, all right, character of color who was
True.
the main cast. And although you want to say the actual story was fucking terrible and whatnot, and she was like held against the wheel, I'm like, it's a Disney
Yeah.
movie, bro. That's what Disney does. So without the comparison to the actual story, yeah, Pocahontas. Again, Pocahontas' dad said in most famous line, as far as I'm concerned, those white men are dangerous. And I was like, oh my goodness. If this nigga ain't telling the truth. but for them to, this company which led by white men to actually put that in this story and to acknowledge like real world events, like, yeah, fucked up shit happened, but we here now. I give them props for that, as well as the wonderful musicals, the animal companions, with Miko and
Yeah.
Flick, the fantastical elements with Grandmother Willow and the fucking wind blowing through, and just my love of nature. Like, so those are my top three. That went longer than what it
Okay.
should have, but
I knew,
goddamn.
but I knew you were gonna do that though. I knew it was like this ain't gonna be no short thing. He loves Disney too much. I would say, to give you a quick rundown, my top three in no particular order are going to be Little Mermaid, Mulan, and then you know what? I'm not, yeah, it's gonna be in that order. Little Mermaid, Mulan, and The Fox and the Hound. That was an all one.
Ooh,
Yeah, I love The Fox and the Hound,
god
bro.
damn. See,
Remember
look, look,
that?
look. Okay,
Go ahead.
let me not interrupt.
There you go.
I'm
No,
no,
no, no,
no.
no, no. I loved it because it was telling you that you can grow up as kids as best friends, even when the world tells you you shouldn't be friends. You
When
can
you're
grow
the
up and
best
have
of
real
friends,
friends. Dun, 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 having
yeah,
so much fun together. I
yeah.
used to sing
Don't
that
start,
song
bro.
all
Don't
the
start.
time. That was my jam, man. But it was saying that even at the end, hey, I know technically I'm supposed to hunt you, and you're supposed to out trick me, and that's our role in society, but I respect you because I remember what it was like growing up with you. I know that things have pushed us a little bit further out, but I still have respect for you at the end. And that was the point of the movie. They let
Yeah,
you know that, hey, they're not supposed to be friends. It's not like we're all just honky dory here. No, no, no. Hounds hunt foxes for their owners.
hmm,
However, you can still have respect in all of that. And I actually really appreciated that, even though it came out 5 years before I was born. But that show was one of my favorite movies. That was awesome.
bro. Okay, so we talking about underrated.
Go ahead.
Now, damn. So I was, two
See?
two other ones came to mind. You said The
You
Fox
okay?
and the Hound, bro. I was just
Yeah.
watching the video on like the history of that movie. I want a fucking bloodhound, not necessarily a bloodhound because they ugly to me, but if I can get me like a foxhound or a coonhound, name them
Yeah.
Copper, I will do it.
Yeah.
But also Oliver and Company. That is a
Ooh,
fucking
with the Billy
underrated ass.
Joel.
And the reason it
Yeah.
didn't occur to me because I was like, well, I fucking love it, so it can't be too underrated. But I'm a dog person,
Yeah.
and to see that cat be surrounded by them dogs that
Dogs.
had his
Right.
back and accepted him as one of the pack, and again, Disney used to have real stakes. To see this like mob
Yeah.
boss dude coming at you got 3 days, Fagin, or I'm gonna
Right.
kill you, bro. Like with the
You're
two
like, oh,
Dobermans, like,
man.
bro,
Like
there's a lot of Disney.
dogs in a trap like that? I need to hear about this.
Info's like, we got to go out in the streets. We got to get it for our owner, bro. And then the cat just like, I'm with y'all when he scratched the soda on the nose. Look, y'all, I could drool over Disney all day. That's why it's kind
Exactly.
of terrible to see the state that it's in now,
Yeah.
because they not creating great shit like
Right.
that
And I like the fact that back then, when you knew an artist was attached to the project, you knew
anymore.
specifically it was for the soundtrack. Like you knew Billy Joel was gonna bring it about with his song in Oliver and Company, and you knew likewise that when Phil Collins was gonna be in Tarzan,
Tarzan,
you were like,
they
yo,
gonna
that white
bring
dude
it.
get down on drums. I know he gonna be throwing down on the drums, but I know that he's not going to be voicing the character because
Yeah,
he's the artist that sings. Now you got where they bring in artists to be the character, and you're like, you're a singer, you're not particularly a thespian, and that would actually take more work. But instead, they're like, oh, we can do a 2 for 1, and the lack of depth in the acting part really shows, and
bro,
that's why I
brother.
like going back to the older versions of Disney.
Brother Bear was another amazing movie that I don't even think
Yo,
that's that's
yes.
That's my wife's favorite Disney movie, and I can say for sure I didn't even appreciate Brother Bear as much as I probably should have, or
Should
as much
have.
as I
Yeah.
do now.
Yeah.
And it's a dude turned into a fucking animal. You'd think I'd been all over it. And then Aaron Blaze, he worked on Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, and I went and Mulan, and he actually directed Brother Bear. So, and
Right.
that's what I mean by like a guy who was like heavily into Disney coming over, and
Yeah.
now he get to like control his own Disney project as opposed to a fucking dude who did Lightyear.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Look, y'all got me sweating just out of passion for
We,
this
we
shit
got
right now.
we got to jump to the next. We got to jump to the next topic, then, bro.
Damn,
It's
yeah,
gonna, it's
bro.
gonna
All
go on.
right,
We'll have to do that for another stream. That's gonna be another stream.
okay.
Like, well, we'll have to do a glory of Disney days past as another stream sometime.
It's especially with the Saturday morning cartoon slot we're trying to
Yeah,
take over.
yeah. Let's.
So
We might have to. We're going to do that for another
yeah,
time.
y'all. Again, that's what this channel is
Yeah,
supposed to be. It's really supposed to be a good time and just like going back to when you was a kid. Saturday
yeah,
morning, you know what I'm saying? School was Friday, now it's the weekend. Now you can do whatever you want. School's
yeah,
out, shit, and so that's what we're gonna get into. So we're gonna make
yeah,
sure we do more of that, like highlighting actual good stuff. Make sure it's a good time.
yeah.
When y'all come,
C4C. Thank you for sending us on this beautiful tangent and giving us a future
yeah,
idea. That's why this does not work without you guys.
right.
Thank you.
Yeah, C4C. Make sure you got your ass in the chat so you can be in on that
Thank you.
conversation with us,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Cause,
definitely.
bro, yeah. But it was super.
DBZ. Yeah.
So the Dragon Ball Super. So I'm gonna say out the gate, I got issues with Dragon Ball and
Agreed.
what's been happening, especially with Super. Well, definitely with Super.
Right.
I'm a fan of GT. I know it's got its issues, but it brought in a bunch of fucking great elements in that world while addressing lore that we already had. The
Right.
Dragon Ball Super superhero movie I did enjoy. I'm not gonna say I had to turn my brain off to enjoy it because what DBZ does well, that movie did as far as fights, sure transformations, I guess. Uh damn, bro, I'm running out of positives already. But good fight scenes. Cause when I said transformations, I'm like, bro, them transformations didn't fucking make sense. But
They didn't.
yeah, it's it was fine. It was very entertaining. As far as a movie, it was fine. Now, Broly, I actually love because I really didn't see no plot issues within that movie, and that was them taking a pre-existing character that wasn't canon and
Yeah.
making him actually
Make canon.
canon within the
Right.
world, which is the route that I think Dragon Ball should go with
Right.
acknowledging these characters in these different movies. Now, again, Super is like fucking up because like they gave us female copy Broly while at the same time acknowledging the existence of actual canon Broly.
True.
So as far as writing, the movie fucking sucked. But
Yeah.
entertaining, I would definitely say watch it. And you can have your issues, but again, to kind of be knowledgeable and not really speaking from a place of ignorance when criticizing the Dragon Ball series, I think you should watch it to be knowledgeable. Now, whether or not you pay for it, that's on
There's
you.
another thing. Or if you want to sail the high seas, we don't really care on
Yeah,
that
man,
one.
that's on
But
you. It was entertaining, but if you actually care about good writing and want to see that from a movie, nah, man, too many fucking issues with that movie. That's what I got out the gate. I'm gonna let you take it, ego, before we just go in on it.
oh, that's fine. I mean, for me, it was kind of cool with the. I liked the animation a little bit. It was cool for me just seeing a different animation style because it was like 2D with a kind of a 3D overlay. I guess is what you call it. I'm not technical at all. Um, but I did kind of like that there. The version of Gohan they gave us was the version I thought that they were trying to head in that direction. After it's pretty much taking place a little bit after the Cell saga. That I guess would be my guess, but I mean I like the animation style. I like what they were trying to do would tell us how important Gohan was. It's just the fact that between the Cell Saga, there was Dragon Ball GT, there was this Dragon Ball Super, and now we're doing Dragon Ball Super Hero. I mean, it was like, well, a lot has kind of happened in between that time, and now we're jumping back to Gohan's story. It was kind of confusing in that vein. But I really did like Gamma One and Gamma Two. That's what kind of sucks about the whole thing is Gamma One and Gamma Two were really cool conceptual characters. You know what I mean? And it kind of seemed like they were kind of a little bit wasted. And on top of
Yeah.
the fact that there weren't any real stakes, I felt like I was watching a Marvel movie, and that's
Mm.
what bothered me about it. But I mean, the good thing was Gamma One, Gamma Two, and kind of the animation style. That was all that I got, and the fact that they were trying to tell us that Vegeta's learning to control his emotions, and it's showing up in improved fighting. But that was like what a minute and a half snippet. That's it. You know,
You asking me or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that in general, yeah, that's
Oh,
the only
okay.
thing that I can remember is that and I ran out of good stuff too.
Um.
That's I'm kind of where you are. I have them, but I mean that's it. It's not a lot of them. Not a lot of
So
positives in that realm.
so I put up Q's life comment because that's exactly how I feel. It was a great time, and I think more so if you're a normie or if again you're not paying attention to the writing, or the story issues, then yes, it was a great time. So if you're just hopping in the DBZ or Dragon Ball, if you don't care, then definitely watch it. You won't have any issues with it. As far as the animation you was talking about, Ego,
Yeah.
going back to Broly, so they did a great mix of 2D with 3D, and I would
Okay.
have
Yeah.
preferred that method as opposed to this where it was strictly 3D. Because now
Right.
I feel like it's it's just weird. Like that's not the Dragon Ball
That you're
animation,
used to. Yeah.
yeah, that we were used to. So don't change it now and actually have that be all that we get. So if
Right.
if this is the direction they going, like 3D movies, it's like, well, shit, is the animation gonna be 3D? It's gonna throw a lot of people off. But I mean, more positive. So I did like Gamma
Yeah.
One and Gamma Two,
Yeah. They were
but I
cool.
was I love those dudes. But like I was telling you, Ego, they were what Goten and Trunks should have been.
Should have been. Yeah.
So I hate to see them in comparison to Goten and Trunks. Like actually seeing all these dudes on the screen at the same time, and Goten and Trunks are just like little pieces of shit. Like they don't care about training. You don't even see
Right.
Trunks actually like trying to be smart or actually trying to take over as the future heir of Capsule Corp. You don't see anything from those guys. They're just here in this movie. They tried to do the fusion which failed,
And yeah.
and it's just like y'all got it right as kids. Now fast forward, you don't, which is
Right.
another reason why I said I appreciate GT because they at least aged the characters up to where
Up.
now they're all uh comparable fighters. Now,
Right.
although I hate that everybody got fucking took over by Baby, but it's like, you know what? Besides that happening, we at least still had a Goten and Trunks that were old enough to be involved in a fight. You had a Pan that was old enough to, even if they don't want her in the fight, she was still at the age or around that age where Goten and Trunks learned to go Super Saiyan. So we
Right.
could have been, again, my issue with Super, we could have been actually focusing on characters that we already have as opposed to adding more universes and more
Yeah.
characters and trying to make us care about them. Like there's
Right.
no reason in that tournament of power you got away with just saying Majin Buu was asleep, or you trying to bring back
Yeah.
Frieza when we had again Goten and Trunks. Now, some people want to say, well, they was young, they couldn't be in it. Well, that's the fault of the writers. Write them to
Right.
where they're fucking older and they could be in it.
Right.
You trying to revive Frieza? Well, we have a whole fucking Raditz that we could have revived. Where you give us another Saiyan. Like I think that whole plot has been lost. Vegeta talks so much shit about I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, Prince of all Saiyans, Saiyan pride, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Yet ain't nobody trying to bring the Saiyans back. Ain't nobody really trying to expand the Saiyan race.
Right.
By I'm not saying incest or anything, but again, if you have us Pan and Bulla, Vegeta's daughter, they're kids. But if you give us them here in this world, you can start aging them up to where, again, we can expand the Saiyan race.
Right.
Why are we not seeing the human fighters, because you got again all these different universes from universe 1 through 6. You got all these other fighters that are not Saiyans but have comparable
Power
fighting
skills.
power
Yeah.
skills. Why
Right.
not just say, well, humans are have the same ability. They
abilities. Yeah,
can be on par
because you
with
did that
these
with
characters.
because you did that with Krillin. Like we know he's not
Somewhat,
sane, but
somewhat.
you go ahead.
They highlight Krillin, but he's still not being shown to be at a level to where you can actually take him serious as a defender of
Okay,
Earth.
got it. Okay,
And like with Yamcha, like he's the Wolf Boy, Wolf Fang Fist. You could have showed that like the Wolf Planet or those Wolf dudes that was in Super. You could have showed that they was just another planet of this species, and maybe
true.
Yamcha like trained with them or some shit. I'm like, you can write this shit to where it makes sense. And of course, Super Saiyan 4. I love Super Saiyan 4. I'm talking about a whole lot of issues with it, but back to the Super fucking movie.
Yeah,
I so again, those are my issues with it because again, with Super, you have Gohan not training.
right,
And in Super, okay, he hasn't been training, but now he gets a fucking boost out of nowhere. Where
right.
if you could have just been writing him training, maybe he was in a hyperbolic time chamber, him and
I was thinking that
Piccolo
too. Yeah,
him and Piccolo could have gotten these transformations. You didn't just have to pull them out of your ass like you did in the movie or resort to Shenron. Because
right.
now you're telling me, okay, well, if Shenron can give us these power boosts because then they just upgraded him out of nowhere. Well, I want to
Right,
see my human Z Warriors get some shine. I want to
right.
see fucking 18 and 17
Come back, yeah, and throw
I,
hands. Yeah,
and throw him, not like what we saw in the tournament.
no,
I'm talking about like actually being mainstays, actual characters that's doing some fighting. Again,
okay.
these Z warriors.
And
Like I was
and
talking with the last point. I was
no, no,
talking
go
with
ahead,
the
go ahead, go ahead.
Phoenix. I was talking with the on Classic Phoenix. They stream and was saying how I wouldn't be mad if, let's say, in the Super movie, Goten and Trunks, okay, they failed their fusion, and then you have 17 and 18 say, oh my God, these fucking weakling earthlings. And then they were like, okay, well, we've been watching y'all. We know how to do it. And then they
Right,
fucking fuse. And now they
right.
are they them
That would be
fucking
awesome.
cyborg
There it
android type
is.
thing or some shit. But
Exactly.
I'm like, we had the elements of the two androids for 17 and 18. We had the two very characters in Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 and Goten and Trunks. There's no
Right.
need for these fucking dudes. I
Well, it's like
like them,
almost.
but why are
Uh,
they here?
yes. Yeah. No. I completely to your point. It's like you almost know how to drive the androids better than your own human characters. On top of the fact that you told me you can make me a Dragon Ball Z movie that doesn't have to involve Goku and Vegeta. And so if that's the case, highlight everyone else that's there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, give 17 and 18 some shine. Have my favorite character Krillin get a power up or some special skill. Say that everyone, at least out of everybody, Piccolo can't be the only one that's still training. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
serious, and
And
that
still be
he
slaw.
it's right, right. As it this that doesn't make any sense when the world's been under that much um
Threat.
possible threat. Yeah, threat. Like, why doesn't Piccolo have his own school? The funny thing could be the fact that everyone wants to train with Piccolo, and Piccolo can't stand it. He's like, I want to be left alone. Like, I want to just be able to meditate and train Goku's granddaughter. But all these people just keep wanting to fight and learn how to be a Z fighter, and all I want to do is be
Mm.
left alone. You could have shown him have that struggle. That at least people don't want to be powerless against an Earth impending threat. You know what I mean? And there
Or
would be the lie that hey, well, hey, we're gonna power up all human fighters that Piccolo trained. Okay,
hmm
cool. And then you could have shown it to where like, well, hey, you might have the power, but you don't have the skill. And that's where you could say, well, when you merge the skill with the new power up, then it's beneficial. I mean,
or
it's possible you can do it. You've shown us that you can have these things. It's just we they relied heavily on Goku and Vegeta, and then Piccolo getting a mystery power up to turn like to an
yeah.
orange pickle. It's weird.
Well, so not Goku and Vegeta in this movie because they
No, no,
showed
this one,
them
no, no.
off fighting with training Broly. Which that's the approach that I think Super should be taking. Take Goku and Vegeta off world. Go take them into the stars and have them fight
Right,
crazy threats and have the rest of the Z Warriors here on Earth defending. Like there's no
right,
way you have a Dragon Ball Super superhero movie and Great Saiyaman is not fucking there as
right,
being Earth's superhero or whatever area they was
right,
in, their superhero already.
right. On
Um
top of the fact that we were saying, we were also talking about the fact that with all these super mega power ups, you're telling me Goku, Vegeta, Lord Barris. and Broly didn't sense that.
Right.
Like, really, you don't sense your own son powering up like that? Like, yo,
Mhm.
that's his energy signal, but that's off the charts. What is going on? We need to get there. And you could have them getting there too late, like, oh, we handled it. Oh, wow, so you guys can handle these things on your own? Yeah, all
Right.
right, cool. Back to training. Bye. They didn't do any of that.
And like the so I'm sure if y'all seen the trailer, like the villain is the Red Ribbon Army, and again, it's just weird to me. Like these Z Warriors, for one, they're not concerned with outer planetary off-world threats, but
Right.
they not even concerned, which they rightfully should be from this movie, about somebody here on Earth just making some fucking robots able to
Right.
kick their ass.
Right.
So it's
Bro,
like you would.
you telling me Boma at working for Caps Corp couldn't have had a spy in Red Ribbon and
Mhm.
she wouldn't have known this? Come on now.
But the Red Ribbon Army acknowledged that the Great Boma has her company going, and she has these alien fighters, and was telling the Dr. Giro's like great
Grand.
grandson or whatever
Yeah.
that the Bullet has amassed this evil team of aliens, and now they're trying to take over. Well,
Right.
yeah, like Boma, like ain't nobody over there thinking, okay, let's keep tabs on what's going on out there in the
Right.
world. Let's make sure we're ready for any threat that might
Right.
come about. Let's make
No.
sure Goku and Vegeta. Let's make sure our fucking sons are able to fight.
Nope. Bulma's
Like
like, you know what? I need these damn Dragon Balls so I can get some Botox for free.
right, like these dudes don't even go Super Saiyan. I'm talking about Goten and Trunks. They didn't even go Super Saiyan in the
No.
movie, but they could do it as kids. But they
Right.
don't do that, and they just say, "Fuck it, let's go to the failed fusion."
Right.
And
And then
that's what
they
we
fuse.
see.
They try to do the fusion at the end, but they don't show what it looks like, which is also
Right.
weird. It was like this is inconsistent. I mean, Dr. Giro's great grandson was smart enough to know who was tailing him and that he listened into the conversations that they were having about him, but didn't do any follow up research on the people that they were talking about. Because if he heard what they were saying, he would have heard them say that he's going to be a pawn in them trying to rebuild the Red Ribbon Army. So
Right.
I don't understand how he could just immediately go along with the plan. You're saying he's smart enough to do all these things, yet not smart enough to do any follow up research. It was kind of like watching a Marvel movie because he acted just like Jen Walters did. I'm smart enough to know what's coming, but not smart enough to do any follow up or forwarding
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, like he was smart enough to figure out because he says like I knew that y'all was just using me.
Right,
But I was fine as long as I got the funding to make my little robot projects. Well,
right,
yeah, bro. I would think that he would have the same little device that he had following them around. He would have had one of those for Boma and her group
right,
and figuring out what was going on. Because he
right.
wasn't an actual evil person. And Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 weren't evil. And I'm glad that they did show that in the fight, where I think Gohan and Piccolo was having a conversation with those dudes, like, bro, we not the evil ones here. Oh yeah, what happened
Right.
was you saw that one guy shoot that pistol at Pan. And then they was like, hold the fuck up. Like y'all can't be the good guys. you just tried to you just tried to shoot this kid. And Piccolo is like, yeah, bro, like you see what we talking about now? Like, actually pay attention to, who giving y'all these orders. So they was like, all right, we need to switch sides. So it's like you hint at these conversations, but you don't think the story out thoroughly enough to have that conversation play an actual part in the story, and we get a better story. Like I
Out of
said,
it. Right.
yeah, because again, no reason we should have Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. We should have Great Sailman, and we should have Koten and Trunks. Like you was talking about like Hercule, for instance. Bruh is old, and I don't even think he's in any actual tournaments himself. So why is, comparing it or going back to Lion King,
Sure.
making it relate to Lion King 2, Simba's like, well, I got a daughter. She's my heir. Baby, you got to find you a husband though, because we still need a man up here running shit. You know what I'm saying? This is your
Yeah.
kingdom, but we still got to have a man here so that everybody else on the outside can see, okay, they protected. They got a big, strong
Yeah.
lion or whatever. So why the fuck is Hercule not saying, hey, Vidal, this yours. You know what I'm saying? My belt go to you. You have a tournament and where you inherit my fucking you know what I'm saying, my fucking my dojo or whatnot and all my money. But
Exactly.
Gohan as need to be here too, so that he can help you train these warriors. Because just our training, we're not going to be able to create fighters able to stand with the Z fighters. So y'all as a team need to be handling this. Now Videl says in the movie she couldn't pick up Pan, which is weird. You know, I addressed this already because it wasn't an issue for Pan to go to school. Piccolo, after training, just said, "All right, go to school now." She ran her ass even across water. She ran her ass to school, but she couldn't
Latchkey
just
kid.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't just run home after that. But Vidal says I can't pick her up because we have a kickboxing tournament at my at the dojo that she works at, that she leads. So it's like, damn, y'all can't fit that into the actual story to where Vidal got these fucking warriors out there training and Gohan
Exactly.
helping. Like he wants to, we want to keep saying, oh, he's smart, he don't care about fighting. We'll write him to where he's working out, put him in a hyperbolic time chamber. That way he can hurry up and get his workout
Yeah.
out. Hell, even put him in there with his books. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if he's doing sit-ups and whatnot, every time he go up, bam, read, turn the page, read, bam, turning the page. And then
Exactly.
maybe that fucking makes him even smarter because he's doing mental exercises in the hyperbolic
Exactly.
time chamber. But like show him to where I'm so smart that I've learned how to be smart in fighting. So now I'm a
Right.
fucking fighting genius as well. I don't want to fight because I've seen what these long drawn out fights do. I want to quickly get it over with. So I have to be
Right.
smart and be able to, you know what I'm saying, to handle threats quickly. And that's the Gohan that I think that I know I would have rather seen, as opposed to them just pulling out these transformations and these power boosts out their ass
Out of nowhere.
with this
Yeah.
movie.
Agree.
What else you got, man? Anything else to say about
No,
that
I mean
movie?
that was it. It was just, it was, I won't say popcorn movie isn't the word that I want to use for it, but I was like, okay, well there aren't any real stakes. No one really lives. I'm not gonna tell you who doesn't make it, but I mean even then it wasn't really of consequence. And I was kind of mad that they took that character out, but it was just, oh, it's a filler movie almost. There weren't any real
Yeah.
stakes. So it was like, well, how can I be invested in something that you told me have no stakes? You
Bro, like
know?
even when Cell blew up, like that was the fail safe. If Cell dies, then his body blow up. What did they do? They left his body there to blow up. They left the
Right.
area, but I mean, damn, what about the downward explosion? Does it affect the core? Because could that
Right.
shit have destroyed the Earth? Did nobody want to fly his ass out to space and beam him up one last time? It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, let's just get out of here. Oh, explosion's over. And then even Boma with Krillin and Pan riding in the ship was like, oh, glad we left earlier.
Right. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for it. We're gonna have to, yeah, that's all that I have for it.
Uh, is there anything else I want to highlight? Well, Majin Buu wasn't here because he was asleep. We just get away with that. Um, damn, I'm trying to see was there anything else about that movie uh to highlight. People in the chat, if y'all remember something or want to bring attention to something, but man, yeah, that's all I really got for it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I
in the
mean,
grand scheme of things, I was very displeased, but just the movie by itself with no connection or no thought of anything else, yeah, it was entertaining. It was fun.
yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't any other depth. I mean, yeah, I could probably, yeah, that's all that I've got for it.
Oh yeah, and also another thing that GT did well was it addressed the misuse of the Dragon Balls, the creating
Oh, the
the
dark energy. Yeah.
all the selfish wishes. Yeah, so the Dragon Balls in themselves ended up becoming a villain as opposed to the plot device that helps our heroes. Now it was the actual obstacle for the heroes. I like that. And in this movie, again, bro, this shit is weird. Piccolo makes that first wish and was like, unlock my potential. Hold on, did he use that first wish to unlock him and Gohan's potential? Did he get a 2-for-1?
No, 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 no. N-
So he didn't do
I'm
anything for
trying. No,
Gohan.
no, he did it for himself.
Okay, okay. So he did it for himself. Okay.
Yeah,
But the other two wishes, Shenron's like, all right, bro, what else you want? And he was
that was
like,
Boma,
I don't care.
and
And
Boma was
Bulma,
like, yeah,
and he lets Bulma have the wishes. And she wishes
right.
for a bigger butt. Arno, you addressed this. You made me think about it.
Yep.
Um, but and then he said that, hold on. But yeah, she wishes for a bigger butt and then to I guess less wrinkles along with eyelashes.
Yes, Botox. That's what I was saying the Botox for.
Okay, so again, we just does it really make us any better than the villains if our heroes are using? Oh, also because she has Capsule Corp on staff to constantly collect the Dragon Balls to keep them
For
out
her.
of evil hands. Yes.
Right. But yet she's using them for evil, not evil purposes, but very, very selfish purposes. Doesn't help either.
Like I want to see a wish be used to unlock the potential of all these Z fighters. Like I keep saying, I want to see everybody else. I understand that Goku is the highlight. Sure, Vegeta's the only other Saiyan, but take those dudes off world. Show us that
Right.
they handling shit out there, and we got stories over here on Earth that we can address. But yeah, to Boma to use these wishes so selfishly, it just looks bad to me, and I think that's just terrible writing. When those wishes can be used for so much other actual story impact and shit. Because now, since Boma asked to make her ass bigger, I need to see a fat ass Boma every time I see her from now on. I
Yep.
need canon. I
I
need
need to get
continuity.
bigger and bigger and bigger. All right.
I ain't gonna say it need to keep growing.
No, I need there to be consequences to these wishes. Okay. I need real world consequences.
Consequences.
Boma walking around here with a BBL.
But so back to the story though with that. So she's wishing for that, but then the Dr. Giro's son has made a serum to make his skin like damn near indestructible. To and then Boma asked like, "Oh shit, you did that? Can you make us something to help me look
Right.
younger?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
I
could do
guess.
that."
Yeah.
So it's like the technology is already there. So even further reason as to why these wishes are fucking wasted.
Right.
You said Lord now Arno, you've been going wild in the chat. He said Lord Beerus like Tomboy Booty confirmed. Yeah, he like Chillai. Now Beerus is another character. He's added to Super that I disagree with, but at the same time, all right, we're addressing fucking gods, sure, whatever.
Right.
But Beerus took a liking to it was a child. Was it Pan or was it Bulla? I don't know. But if we see Beerus actually become a sensei to one of them,
That'd
just
be
think
cool.
of how badass of a character, especially one of the females. Since Piccolo was training Gohan or whatever's, let's have Beerus train one of them, and we'll see a crazy ass fucking female saying with not powers of a god of destruction, but at least techniques, thought process, fighting,
Yeah.
mentality. That'd be something cool to see.
Unlocking your real potential from a god.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, that's all I got. Trying to address these comments real quick. Frieza Black. All right, I hate Frieza Black because we just saw Frieza Gold. So what the fuck is the point of this now? Does he get an
Right.
infinite N-word pass? Nah. Hey, Frieza was
No.
bold enough to say what he felt from the beginning. He didn't need.
Call them monkeys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we know about it. We know about it.
Uh, A Sipiter, a Gohan has potential to be the best Z fighter and the smartest, a mentor to all human fighters, and the ultimate Earth hero. Yeah, leave Vegeta and Goku for the universal threats at this rate.
Yep.
Definitely agreed. What you said, mentor to human fighters and ultimate Earth hero. I was just saying something about that. It just fucking escaped me. But yeah, agreed, a Sipiter. Christopher Miller, hey guys, what's up? Chris,
You.
we almost out of here, bro. We glad you came through, man. I just hate you missed the stream so late, man. Your input definitely would have been appreciated throughout in your
Definitely.
thoughts. But hey, glad you was in Vegas. He shouted out the channel.
Appreciate it.
Bro, we appreciate the support. Uh Technology for booty. Exactly.
Oh,
That's what she
exactly.
could have done. But no, she
Exactly.
gonna waste magical fucking wishes on that. But anyway, y'all, that's it for the stream. Glad y'all was here. You got some closing thoughts.
No, no. Thank you guys for joining us again. We appreciate it. We will try to have better audio avatars than two boobies on YouTube Live.
All right. Yeah, Chila, she is a little cute, little green, little something. Hey, and then Broly, since his dad said that he's actually controlled his Ozaru in his regular form, that's how we get Super Saiyan 4. Him teaching Goku and Vegeta, and then helping them to unlock that. That's how we should have got it. But y'all just gonna see more color hair changes and big eyebrows on Vegeta. So I'm tired of the shit. Chris says, nothing but love. You guys got a lot of interviews in. Yeah, bro. I again appreciate the support. I saw you out there plugging us. I'm glad you got to have a good time out there with those guys up there. And again, I'm ready to see your channel, man. Make it happen. Ready to see
Please do,
everybody.
please.
Everybody. We'll throw the link out to y'all. Yeah, man. Let it happen. Arno being a freak in the
Yeah.
chat. I feel you. I feel you. Go watch some Kill La Kill, bro. You want to see them anime tits and ass. But all right, y'all. We out. Let me get the video up. It was fun. We will catch y'all next Saturday. I would do better about putting out actual like a reminder or a
Yeah.
notification before the day of, so that y'all can can know what's going on and be here instead of just finding out from an unreliable notification or my Twitter that don't get a whole lot of interaction. But yeah, glad y'all here. The channel will keep on evolving. We want to keep getting better and whatnot. It's been fun. Peace.
Much love.
We good. I'm gonna knock these stickers off. Yeah, straight Jonathan Kent. So ego to get him right here. Watch the flies last. Does this like stays around, stays in our vote?